Alright, welcome back, people. Happy Thursday, everyone. How's it going? Thank you. I don't want to listen to myself. There we go. Let me ensure that I don't have any hair on my forehead. I hate when that happens. Okay, people. We are back with Star Wars: The Old Republic after finishing, as I always say, Knights of the Fallen Empire and Knights of the Eternal Throne Master Mode solo. Indeed, as we uh, finished last year, I'm proceeding with the story. Besides, I have also another extra challenge. As you can see, due to the new Galactic Season Conquest, I have to kill enemies with this guy over here. He does not talk a lot. He's called, as you can see there, Altur Sokadon. He deals quite good damage, but the point is that I have him at level 1, as it's part of the conquest, pretty much. So basically, I have to kill enemies with this comp, so that's going to add an extra layer of difficulty, because the game has been brutally easy on story mode, of course. So let me prepare. Because there are drops. You can earn a walker in game by watching the drop. Yeah, well, no, don't matter. Leave that over there. Don't bother me. So last time we were about to do. No, these are my weeklies. No, it was. No. No. This one. Return to Lana Benico and Jikaya Ordo on Odyssey. So let's get back to it, people. Basically, we are doing that. So let me leave this over here. Perfect. Magnificent. Cool. Alright, people. So basically, we are proceeding with the story. It's a walk in the park. We are not going to lie. Pretty much. It's way too easy for my fully geared sorcerer now with all of the datacrons. But pretty much the idea is that I want to finish all of the story. Okay, so that's the idea. Basically. So that's basically the idea. So let us proceed with the story. In terms of the... Here, I repaired all of my gear, right? Yeah, because with him I have to kill like 150 random NPC, like enemies. I have to fight with this guy, basically, to complete one of the conquest objectives. So that's precisely what we're gonna do. But the thing is that he doesn't talk a lot. He's quite silent. He's quite silent. The good part is that I can farm.
No time for a briefing. We've completely lost track of the reconnaissance team.
All flashpoints with him, and he has good
DPS.
DPS.
The Emperor's fortress, a snowstorm interfered with their comms channels. The weather cleared, but we never regained contact. I've been stubbornly attempting to re-establish contact, to no avail. There were many contractors on the team who had been loaned to us by the Empire. If we don't find their people, it could mean trouble. But recovering the team is still a secondary priority. If they did find what remains of the Emperor's fortress, we must find it as well. No matter the cost.
I wonder if we'll ever see the end of the story at this point, people, because it's been endless. Oh, true. I think I have enough conquest commendation. No, we have enough. We have enough of a threshold there to keep farming, because it's like pretty much. Yeah, pretty much getting 600 of those takes time. What's this? A deco? Oh, it's a deco. Locate the missing Serbi team's base camp. So let's go over there. The dark heart of the fortress. Okay, here over at Island. Then I also have to do the Star Fortress branch of side quests as well. Pretty much. Then we also have to do those. In terms of the rest, people, may God, the universe or reality, bless the United States for being the true shield of the West in what they are doing. May God, the universe or reality, bless them for what they are doing. Eternally for being the shield of Western culture. An absolute legend. The difference with Biden is so big, so incredibly big, that it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. It's absolutely stunning. The difference is night and day. Let's get to it. Absolutely stunning. Okay, let's get over.
Constant turmoil on Ilum.
What?
So much potential for the reconnaissance team to fail. A bit disappointing, considering the level of training and expertise many of them possess.
That's the Grey Second. That's an event zone. Weird. Weird that I'm being sent there. That's an event zone. Quite weird. That's an event zone. I don't know why I'm being sent to an event zone, but it's definitely weird. Like, it'll be empty because the event is not active. Don't tell me I have to wait until an event to do this. Let's see if the description says something. She is freeing well Darth Morgus from his prison and had a call continuing her path of distraction. The Alliance will contact with the Serbi team on Island shortly after the delivery of the Empress. Is in the Serbi team's camp on Island and search for a way to reestablish contact. This is the Great Second. This is an event. This is an event. What is on the other side of the Great Second? But at least fortunately we won't have people bothering us, as it's not part of the event. Hey yo, how you doing, Patrick? How are you doing? How are you doing, Patrick? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Sorry that on Tuesday I started so fucking late that. And Chaotic, how are you doing? Both of you at the same time. How's it going? Both of you at the same time. Nice to see you both. Nice to see you both. Sorry that I always start a bit late. I started 50 minutes late. Sorry, it's just that I have like I am busy. I won't. I'm telling you the truth pretty much. I'm busy doing other things, and only when I finish I have my lunch. And well, as I have my lunch, then I come over here. So, and I generally eat way too slowly. I like chewing slowly. That's important, people. Always chew your food slowly. 30 times at least. Don't make your stomach make the effort that your teeth should be doing. Make use of them. So all of the food is completely processed by the time it reaches your stomach. I'm on. How are you? Chaotic chemistry. I'm very well. Very well. I'm following the development of history with the war and everything, and etc. But I'm doing well. I'm doing well, fortunately, as well as I hope for you all, don't get out of your homes, especially you, Patrick, there in Europe and anyone in Europe, but in the rest as well. Don't get close to embassies because evil and terror may strike at any moment. No, try to stay at home as much as you can. It will only be 30 days, pretty much, but try to stay safe there at home. If it's like that, I'm trying to do that in that sense. It's nearly debate time, says Patrick. We don't have teas. I cannot say that word. We don't have teas. Well, that would be a miracle. That would be a miracle. I hope your words are heard, and that is the case, Patrick. I hope that is the case. That would be a great, great
What's
miracle.
left of it? No matter. They left in a hurry.
In
Of
Britain,
course,
there
they must
were.
have left something.
I saw some two guys with horses, like telling the police, the British police, what to do. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Chaotic, chaotic chemistry. One day you have to help me, teach me how to play chaotic on stream. It would be a great, great dream. Learning how to play chaotic on stream. That's for sure. That's for sure. Patrick, fire up your debate. No worries at all with you at the same time. It's nearly time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, pretty much, pretty much. It's like that. I don't see where they camp. Sure, it would be really nice to teach you how to play hard. No, no, no. Yes, because it's one of my pending debts. It's one of my pending. Sorry, one of my pending debts. One of my pending debts of youth, learning how to play chaotic and Magic the Gathering. The problem with chaotic is that there's no video game to learn. That's the thing. They should have gone for a video game at least, for a video game to, so the rules are accessed all across the world. That's the thing. But no, thank you for no. We have Pakistani food delivery guys who work daily for 18 hours. We have a good side of migration. No, no, the hard workers, Patrick, the hard workers like my great grandpa was, the hard workers who who precisely appreciate the West, precisely because they understand the horror of the of sadly their homes uh, back there in Middle East. In that sense, indeed. At least you have it clear, Patrick. So young and you have it clear. But it's been a while since that I haven't played Chaotic, so I'm sort of rusty. Oh no, you're sort of rusty. Okay, 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 okay. But you kept the name, so you must have loved it a lot. That's for sure. Besides, you knew the episodes. You remember the episodes. See, that's the problem, people. We don't have a video game, and the game is being lost. I don't know what the Danish creator of it. I don't know if you know what he might be planning, chaotic chemistry, but the Danish creator of it should definitely
Integrating a Greek cloaking device was clever, and a shrewd
should
use of
definitely do
systems
something about it.
to
He has
mark
had
this new
more
empire.
than enough time to revive it. It's like that. Scan Greek technology signatures. What's your favorite tribe in chaotic? Basically, I haven't spent enough time, sadly, as to have an absolute favoritism. But I told you the other day, I would pick the Mypedians. Yes, like Pt1 over at the desert there with those things. In that sense, mainly because I like the episode of the guy that you mentioned to me the other day that has the purple cloak and sacrifice himself in that episode and then revive. My opinions are really cool. They are my second favorite. Yeah, I will pick those because I love the message of that episode. I also like in that sense. Yeah, the episode with Tyron. Yeah, that one. That one that we commented that I always forget the name, but I don't forget his words. Every beginning is an end. Every end is a
But I
beginning
did
was
suspect
very
that some
well
of my
done. A
colleagues
principle
harbored
of
similar
philosophy
convictions,
that I wasn't
very
expecting to see in a
surreptitiously.
child's cartoon. Patrick, regarding the delivery guys and everything, I am glad you have it so clear. That you have it so clear at such young age. I'm so glad that you can see that you got the good part of it. That you got the good part of it. Hard workers, not people who take everything for granted. My great grandpa was a migrant. All of my great grandpas were migrant. One Syrian, two Italian, one Spaniard. That was easy. It was part of the conquest, and this guy almost had it dead. Fortunately, the loot is like divided for everyone. My opinions are actually annoying to play against, especially if you can't negate their first attack because of the strike ability the Mypedian warriors have. Yeah, remember something like that in the cartoons. In the cartoon. But yeah, pretty much. Uh, I am in love with that episode. That episode is
I won't deny that
beautifully
Malbus's actions may
creative.
have
It's
inspired me
beautifully
to view the
creative.
Empire with a more critical eye, which are
That
events
episode,
which
so
led
I
on
love
to
it.
my discovery of the Elven Realm.
Of course, everyone will
My
love
partnership with Theron, the
Overworld
creation
the
of
most,
Kotet.
with Maxor and Tom being like the. He's not
He certainly
a complete
unexpected to see him,
protagonist.
you
I
know.
would say that Chaotic was designed like as it had a name. It had a name like when all characters of a plot have equal. Um, it had a name in English. I don't remember it. When all characters of a plot had equal, you can Google it. It had a specific name. Equal weight for the story. Like there's no protagonist. They are all due to protagonist. I don't remember how the word was in English. Pretty much, my cousin, brother, and friend actually prefer underworlders when I
I have to
showed
go back.
chaotic to them.
I'll see you
Yes,
soon.
yes, Chaos is quite cool. Chaos is quite cool. Chaos is quite cool. It was very well done. Go to the Emperor's Fortress. What's this? Are you sure you're ready to begin the dark heart of the fortress? You will be transported. Yes, send me to the fortress. But no, Patrick, regarding your topic as well, the food. Glad you see that. Glad you see that. That there can be hardworking migration like that, as you are mentioning, and etc. And that there's a difference, and you got the good side in that sense. It's like that. It's like that. It's like that. It's exactly as you are mentioning. It's exactly as you are mentioning. Precisely. The other day I was watching in the United Kingdom, people on horses telling the police what to do, like controlling the protest. So terrible. I'm on ad now. Okay. I actually prefer underworlders and showed chaotic to them. I have to do something about
The
those
Emperor's Fortress.
ads.
Once Vitiate's seat of power, then briefly in the hands of Darth Malgus.
Malgus intended to use this station to purge the Empire of weakness. I refused to let that come to pass.
It's the flashpoint. It's the ending of the flashpoint. But it's just that it fell
Let us see
dry.
if anything of Malgus remains.
Pretty good. Pretty good. You're back. You're all back. Okay, no, I was basically mentioning the for you, Patrick, that I'm glad you have it so clear that there can be hard-working migration, and that in the UK the other day I saw two guys on horses like telling the police what to do, etc. And regarding chaotic, I'm back. Sadly, 900k Hungarians left out of the 10 million That's why we need migrants. Thanks to our dictator. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the sad part of it. Indeed. 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 That's sad to hear. That's sad to hear. But well, it's what I was commenting on this. In Europe, you are not getting precisely the best. Not all, but you are not getting the best part of the migration. In that sense, my great grandpa came here and he started working from scratch, for example. Look at that. He started working from scratch, from zero. All of my great grandpas, two Italians, one Spaniard. When Europe expelled population to here due to World War II, here we got good migration. In Europe, in a lot of parts, you are not getting the best people. You are not getting the best people. Like when Obama and Biden were like sending Venezuelan prisoners to New York and etc. There is a funny joke that says the second most populated Hungarian city after Budapest is Berlin. No, I get it. I get it. I get it. I didn't know that that in Europe the propaganda against the US was so strong. Was so strong. I didn't know that.
Sure.
I didn't know that.
We know what happened to the droid, at least. But where's the rest of the
I
survey team?
definitely didn't know that.
Must have gone further into the station.
Absolutely miserable and sad that a lot of people in Europe are choosing to like hate themselves and their heritage. It's absolutely miserable. But I didn't know it was so strong. Here in the Americas, either it's one side or the other, but you have the ideas clear. In that sense, you have the ideas clear. Like we know which narrative corresponds to which side. In that sense, with the regarding chaotic, going back to it, chaotic chemistry, you discovered that that's the face. Whose face is that? Well, the emote says it. It's Immanuel Kant. Is the relativism signal like Batman? When we talk, when I talk about, I designed it here with Patrick in mind. He once said on stream, relativism alert, and he wrote it, and I said, oh, what? It's like Batman's. Signal on the sky. Who's smoking? Can't. Lol, it's not smoking. It's like the light of the bat signal of Batman. If you look at it closely, the thing is that the pixels are very small. But it's like the it's like the like the bat signal of Batman over at Gotham City when relativism appears, because every time there was something that involved relativism, I highlighted it and said, that's relativism. That's relative. And Patrick once said, relativism alert here. No way, I just realized it now. It's like the bad signal of Batman. It's because you said it, Patrick. It's because you said relativism alert every time. So it's like the bad signal of Batman on the sky of Gotham City, because every time relativism was mentioned, Patrick would say, a relativism alert. Obama mentioned. Relativism mentioned. And so I said, well, let's have an emote for it. No way, no more monkey. Well, that one is from Dragonsang Online. Chaotic chemistry, basically. This is the lore of the past of the channel. I played a game called Dragonsang Online. That is where most of them come from, basically, in which every time I started analyzing the game, because I review games, not this one because here I'm doing leisure gameplay, but I review games on stream, I analyze them from a metaphysically realist approach of video games, and as I was playing that one, Dragonsang Online, which was the one that allowed me to reach affiliate, and Patrick here and Phantom were there with me right until the very end in the final streams. Another viewer from Greece, and also all of the help of Flying Energies and District, of course, that recommended it to me, about all District recommending it to me, and etc. So every time I started doing that, they came and said, "Don't waste your time analyzing the game. Don't waste your time analyzing the game. The developers are monkeys." They said it because basically their game was ruined throughout years. Everyone universally agreed with that phrase. They said the developers are monkeys. The developers don't know what they are doing. They are charging us 600 euros for a mount or shit like that. They would do 0.1 percentage drop rates, etc. They were saying that constantly. So they said it so many times every time I was analyzing the stream. They said that so many times that in my case I did it a bit more respectful, and I put a koala image there with the word developer with the D of Drakensang Online. So for those of you who don't know, koalas are very interesting creatures. Their brains do not develop; they are like jelly. Why? Because they do not adapt to eating any food than the plant of eucalyptus. They are very cute. They are brutally cute. They are amazing to hold and etc. There in Australia, but they have jelly in the brain. They have jelly. Basically, they have smooth brains. The insult in English is smooth brain. Well, it's basically a reality with the koala. It's adorable creatures, but since they, for example, if a koala you put the eucalyptus plant like on a dish, if you put it on a dish, the koala won't eat it because it doesn't recognize the food. It only recognizes the eucalyptus plant if it's on the tree itself. That's one of the consequences of the smooth brain development, for example, and that's why you see he's using the koala. After you made the final analysis of Drakensang Online, they hired a new producer, new developers for events, and they actually started talking with us, asking our opinions about everything in the game. This has to be a joke, Patrick. District commented it to me a bit, but I didn't trust him. By the way, but I instead miss your opinion about natural selection by Darwin. Okay, no problem, no problem. No, but about the Drakensang Online, you are telling me, so don't, genetic chemistry, all of the emotes have a history that I explained them to you, no problem if you don't recognize it. That's the bad signal of relativism. That's why it has the face of Immanuel Kant. So every time I say something like that, I would do, I would say, "Oh, that's relativism. That's Obama. That's a teacher." So pretty much, Patrick here said, "Relativism alert!" Here we go, and I would turn it into an emote. I have some others, for example. You can see them in the in all of the tabs. They are all about philosophy generally, in that sense. After I made the final analysis, I cannot believe that part before I get to the natural selection by Darwin. Chaotic chemistry. Don't you also don't be shy. We chat with Patrick like this a lot about philosophy and etc. So no worries, no worries. Get close to the bonfire because here we debate about those things all day, like I did with you some other days. In that sense. So after my final analysis, they hired a new producer, new developers for event, and they actually started talking with us, asking our opinions about everything again. The eraser effect. I didn't trust when District said so to me. I thought it was a coincidence, Patrick. This is gonna be a joke. I took for granted they didn't even watch my review.
He must have recorded this when he occupied the space station, at the advent of his rebellion.
He seems so.
Yes, the Dragon's Online has a new producer, a separate dev team for the next update. Our community manager, the one that Ambra hated. Well, everyone hated.
Like you, I thought I had the answers. I believed I walked a path of self-determination. I believed I could break the hold he had over us all, but I failed to.
Was he speaking to someone?
We will
So,
never see victory. The infighting, the Republic, they are distractions, preoccupations, all to keep us from knowing what you knew.
no, I read that.
If all have power, then it is true strength that prevails. To lay the foundation of chaos necessary for such a thing to happen. How it must have hurt to have finally found the purpose for your work, only for him to.
Seems he was talking to Darth Null to get free of the Emperor's grasp, which is the basic concept of the whole story of the game. Oh, what's this? We get zombies? Zombies? Oh, that's it. This is a good concept for Star Wars. Oh, it's like in Mass Effect 3. We get zombies. Look at that, people. That's innovative. We get zombies. The survey team. We finally found them. Okay, now I read them. So, wrapping up with Dragonsang Online. Yeah, Dragonsang Online has now a new producer after my review. A separate dev. I didn't trust this trick about this. I feel so bad now. Because he says something to me that they were doing some changes, but not that brutal. Not all of this. A separate dev team for the next update. The community manager, Bella, if I remember correctly, it was that Umbra everyone hated. Does weekly ask and answer. We have a new channel which is dev news. We get leaks. There was a problem and they addressed it that day instantly. Oh, I remember when I got uh, into that forest maze and it took a week for it to happen, to be fixed, which is weird because we had to wait for years before. I had to wait 2 weeks. I remember that district kept me updated on the state of the game until I could do it. So now they fixed them on the very same day. Well, that's a miracle. But what happened to the spaghetti code that they couldn't do anything about it? Well, it's a miracle. Well, if my review helped in any way, that's a great miracle. I don't think they even watched my review. But well, if you say it was right after it, well, I guess I can only be proud of myself. It's now on YouTube, people. It was released some days ago, in case you wanna watch it. My brutal 3 hours review of Dragonsang Online. If anyone has the mental capacity of going through all of my brutal points, they're still the monkeys, but they actually listening to us and they try to do their best. Okay, so at least you feel there's reciprocation. Okay. There's reciprocity. Okay. That or reciprocity, basically. That they reciprocate to you. The next update is easily an 8.5 out of 10. Oh, that's a lot coming from you, Patrick, because last time you wanted to give it a 4. That's a lot from you, Patrick. Well, then this is a miracle. For real? And it was after the review. Now I feel important. No, I don't think they even watched my review at all. I don't think they even watched my review at all. But well, because after that they released a 600 euro mount or something like that. But well, oh, I don't know. It's a miracle. Then it's a miracle. Okay, Patrick, going back to you have questions about natural selection by Darwin. Man, after my parents, you are the most important friend in my. No, well, that's an honor. That's an honor, Patrick. That's an honor, Patrick, that you told me over at Discord the other day as well. I told you that's a deep honor.
I feel it too. A person
That's a deep honor, Patrick. The same. You are also my close friend. I started doing Twitch to have some good friends like you. Indeed, money is not at all in it so far. So pretty much it was to get also good friends like you. No. And it's an honor what you told me the other day that for your final school year you chose a phrase. You wanted me to pick the phrase. It's a personal honor. It's like the greatest gift that I've received from Twitch so far, alongside Crowbar's support, that he was right from the beginning, and when I got to affiliate, he returned, and and immediately, without even thinking, he subbed like for 6 months, like without thinking, regardless of money. The act of blindly, as soon as it was possible, doing that, as well. It's like because he met me. I met Crowbar when I was playing Sacred 2 years ago, and I really didn't expect it. That 3 years afterwards, he would remember it like like that. But no, then I verified that he was simply brutally busy with his work and everything, and I really didn't expect it, so it was a surprise. But what you said, it warms my heart. It's a personal honor. Besides, given that I do not follow mainstream philosophy, relativism, and etc. I understand it's not for everyone. Being my friend, in that sense, like you are mentioning, but only those who have the highest degree of maturity. In that sense, maturity is basically. So yeah, no, well, it's an honor, Patrick. It's an honor. Besides, there's a generational leap as well. I'm 30, a bit of a generational leap. I'm 30, and you are close to 20, basically, in that sense. So no, in that sense, newer generations have fortunately corrected all of the mistakes that not me, but most of my millennial generation. I don't like classifying people. I generally don't like classifying people, but there's a clear difference between my generation and yours. I think for the better. I think for the better, in that sense. So yeah. This is turning out to be a generation of very very alert and fascinating people, fascinating youngsters in general. In general, of course, not everyone is always going to be perfectly intelligent and everything, but on average, I'm liking this generation much more than what they did with mine. In that sense, I'm liking it more, not because of the modern tendencies of TikTok and etc. and all of that shit, but the backlash against it, the most modern backlash against it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it, because in that sense, you are not tricked easily. In that sense, that's what I've seen. What I'm seeing. Yes, the social media has had a negative impact and etc. And I would, of course, eliminate it. I would go back to more natural relationships in life. That part is a negative one. There's always a negative and a positive. But mentally and socially, for example, this generation has rejected the extremist feminism, something that mine didn't, because even if I do it, on average they didn't. So yeah, pretty much in that sense. Yeah. I'm liking that part, so I have like mixed feelings. I don't like the part of addiction to reels and social media and lack of attention span in general. But what I do like about your generation, Patrick and Chaotic Chemistry, is that
This must be one of Vitiat's many vaults. It should have been securely sealed.
it's not tricked so easily, if I had to say. I know that for anyone left leaning, will say the opposite, that we are getting a generation of conservative tyrants or whatever. I think
Some time
reality shows us
after
that
he
is not the
escaped the
case.
Meridian
So no,
complex,
I would
with
say
all
that
things.
they weren't. you all weren't so easily completely tricked. And I don't mean just maybe being a bit left-leaning. What I mean is like the extremist period of Obama. The extremist period of Obama, this generation said no. That much, no. In horror, a lot of people.
A Rakatan mind trap,
In
designed to
horror,
imprison a
in
being's
that sense.
mind
So
for hundreds
it's
of
a bit more
years, or even
balanced.
millennia.
It's a bit. I think it's a bit more balanced. I think it's a bit more balanced than what I had, because I had in the 90s what you see I am, uh, incredible,
Perhaps.
and then several steps
Now
back
they've sought someone
in the
inside the
late
prison.
2000s. If I had to do
Yes, but not without risk. Whoever
like a
is
summary,
inside this prison will
like a
wish to
summary,
escape, and they will try to claim your body
and
to
now
do it.
like going back to something
Your
more
connection to the
balanced
Force will only do so much. I will do what I
in that
can to
sense.
protect you.
So yeah, if I have to pick, even if I would pick 90s all the way, a second one, I choose your generation rather than what we had with Obama. Definitely, that was the biggest horror I've seen since World War II in that sense. So pretty much, pretty much. So yeah, I'm very proud, no? And it's an honor that you tell that to me. It's an absolute honor, Patrick, that you tell that to me. And good that you say after your parents. That's something that we don't get nowadays. Always after your parents.
The one who deceives. The one who seeks a false dominion.
Oh, it's Darth Null.
I am no one. Not so. You left your mark on the galaxy. Someone will attempt to use your ideas in service of burning it down. They cannot. He stopped it. Eradicated my work. The Emperor. His great punishment. He slaughtered my disciples. He corrupted my creations. But he could not break me. My mind. My mind, my most treasured possession, locked away. Useless.
Now I read Patrick, yeah?
The Emperor took you, made you sick. He used your invention. What turned him against you?
A threat to him. To his reign, his control, his dominance. I offer power. Share it. Illuminate darkness. But if too many have power, who is left to rule over? If too many possess a god's strength, what use is a god?
You offered power at too high of a cost. You sacrificed people who believed in you.
Not sacrifices. Believers. Powerful warriors, like the one who came before.
Oh, so she created a
Brave
sect.
souls,
Nah.
strong enough to end the Jedi and Sith. Their tyranny.
Oof, my god. Oof, my god.
They
I'm
deny,
seeing Korea here.
destroy, withhold the Force's gifts.
Oof, this is an inheritor of Korea. Oh my god.
What must be
She
done
looks like her though.
to design their doom, to free others of their
So this is a remake of
alienation.
Korea.
Malgus is no liberator. He will see potential fulfilled. His. Everyone's. It is the only way to be free. Freedom. I told him how to achieve it in exchange for mine.
It's another Korea,
A
people.
promise made.
Look at this will. This is true
I answered his
relativism.
questions, yet
Speaking
I
about the
remain
relativism alert.
a promise broken. Unless he sent you. My liberation, what he promised. You will be my vessel.
Nice lightsaber you got there.
I'm afraid there's no more room in this head for ancient Sith who want to possess me.
There is no end, only deliverance. My work must be finished. The one who came before will do this. The scales must be unbalanced. The galaxy freed from its pair of shackles, from refusal and ruin. I would see it. I must.
Well, we'll get a good boss fight, people. She's like Korea
Revealing
2.0. This is amazing. This is the true face of evil you'll see in the world, people. This is relativism. It's like Kreia. She wants to like eliminate the Jedi and the Sith to rid the galaxy of the Force. It's just like Kreia. This is the true face of relativism, as you see there. You must be thinking, Razor, but you are Chris, you are comparing a bit. No, it's like that. If you play Knights of the Old Republic, it's the same. There's a reason why Darth Nihilus is called like that. Sorry, I didn't read it. I don't know how I stood away from relativism. As I said before, your relativism in important debates podcasts made me think it is useless. It made me think it is useless, and that or you. How I stood away, as I said before, your relativism in important debates made me think it is useless and damn. As useless and dumb that you were like that. You say that it made you feel like that. It made you feel like that. Well, it's pretty much like that. Here I will stop a moment to do this philosophical analysis. This is like a remake of Knights of the Old Republic 2, if anyone played it, in which Kreia basically wants to rid the world. I mean, relativism is damn in debates. Okay. And before that, you thought it was like accepted and normals. Well, it's pretty much like that. It's very much like that. If anyone played Knights of the Old Republic 2, the figure of Kreia, there's a reason why that is my favorite character. Pretty similar to this one, because both Kreia and this one are the embodiment of relativism, and they perfectly expose it. What does Kreia want to do in Knights of the Old Republic 2? I had this chat with friends offline. She wants to rid the galaxy of Star Wars, let's say, from the Force itself. She's not a Sith like Sion or like Malak, who want to control the Force to win a conquest against Revan or whatever. No, that would be simply standard evil, let's say. Selfishness, lack of virtues. Kreia is the perfect embodiment of absolute evil. It's the best villain ever created. In fact, the good part is that the voice actress of Kreia is still alive. She's like 90 plus years there in the UK. I think she's the best voice actress ever. And that is the best character ever created because it's the perfect embodiment of relativism, of the true face of evil in the world. Not as lack of virtues only, but as nothingness. As nothingness. Absolute nothingness. And not even evil can exist in nothingness. All of our thoughts that we could debate about, someone could tell me like anyone defending Middle East terror or whatever, or any debate you can ever imagine, like someone coming here and telling me Stalin was a great man or whatever. Any debate cannot even exist in nothingness. Okay, so Kreia wanted to rid the galaxy of the Force completely. So it was absolute nothingness. Like Nietzsche, pretty much. Coming from a medieval time in which the figure of God was prevalent and was like the ultimate reason why everyone in medieval times in Christian Europe did all of their acts to be virtuous and reach heaven and etc. with acts of compassion, of temperance, of etc. All of the Greek virtues inherited then in the Roman Empire. Then in medieval times, then Nietzsche, through nihilism, which gave birth to relativism and Immanuel Kant, both simultaneously, basically. They fed each other. Were nothingness. Nothingness, no purpose in existence. There's no purpose at all in any human existence or anything at all. It's nothingness. And when nothingness prevails, then not even relativism can exist. Everything is exterminated in that sense. There's absolutely nothing. Elimination of all potential of metaphysical existence. So that's why I love Knights of the Old Republic too, because it exposes, through the figure of Kreia, nihilism and relativism. Because it exposes what nothingness looks like in a very childlike, presented in a very, it's not a childlike perspective, because it's very well done, but basically very well presented. Kreia basically wants to, the Force is God, just replace them. The Jedi and the Sith are like different believers of different aspects of God, let's say. But Kreia wants to directly rid the galaxy, sever the connection to the Force from all of the galaxy, like Darth Maul here is saying. It's the same concept. It's basically eliminating the figure of purpose in existence. It's one step further. It attacks reality itself on a metaphysical level. That's why Kreia is the perfect villain ever created, if you ask me, people. That's why. That's precisely why. So yeah, quite well done. Quite well done. In that sense. And this one is like a rehash of her. Oh, mind prisons. If I learned something from... Oh, with the lightsabers, just like Kreia. See, it's a rehash, it's just like Kreia. Can I damage her? This is Kreia's technique. I can deal damage to her. Damn it, I love it. This is like Kreia, pretty much. It's a rehash of Kreia's boss fight, but with better mechanics, in that sense. Debate time! No P, Patrick. Fire up your debates. No problem at all. No problem at all. I have had enough. I have had enough debating, doing my monologues. My monologues all the time with all of those, in that sense. Very well done, the boss, huh? I'm allowing you. It's like a rehash of Korea. With a flying lightsaber. She's like an inheritor. She's like a Kreia. This is amazing. So now we are just going to randomly. Don't forget about the holocron, it's on the ground. How could you define metaphysics? I've heard Aristotle called meta because he wrote it after his work called physics. Okay.
Are you alright?
It's a study of reality, Patrick. It's a study of reality. is the study aimed at explaining reality, which is quite arguably quite complex in that sense. But yes, it's basically the study of reality. It's basically the study of reality.
What Marcus wants, if none is to be believed, will change everything. We can't possibly know how far-reaching
It's the study of reality
To
itself.
say the least.
Everything Null said.
It's the study of reality
She really
itself.
did build that machine
That's what
allowing the
meta
Jedi and the Sith,
means in that sense.
and in the end, it destroyed her.
She may be dead, but her legacy isn't. As long as her holocron exists, someone could do what she failed to. If even Heta Cole was able to rebuild Null's machine. After all of that, I feel even
now I
more
get to
uneasy
it.
about the fact that Malgus roams free once more.
He tried to destroy so much already. Now it feels like he's preparing to do it again.
On a much grander scale, if we can trust the word of Darth Null's remains.
Regardless, we need to move. I sense that there's something we're still missing.
So metaphysics is a study of reality itself. That's a part of meta. In that sense, I know that Aristotle called it like that, but basically it's something quite difficult to discern, Patrick, in that sense, because what is reality? That is the huge question of the history of humanity, pretty much. But it aims to try to do so, to explain it. It's a brutal conundrum. But the important part is something that I think I wrote to you, basically, which is that sciences don't and cannot have equal value at the moment of analyzing reality. The important part of metaphysics is that it is a subalternate, that is, let's say, a dominant, a higher order science, basically, science. Yes, discipline, if you'd like, in those times. It's a higher order science, while the sciences that we study, like, I don't know, English, math, etc., they do not directly explain reality, so they are subordinated to metaphysics in that sense. And metaphysics is the one not included generally in analysis of reality. That's the irony, when it is
What about Ilum
the one of
and Null?
the highest
All
of
that
highest
now
order,
brings Malgus's goals into clearer focus.
because math
Have you
wouldn't
given any
exist
thought to what
exist
information
within
might be useful
reality.
should anyone on the Dark Council ask for it?
Linguistics exists within reality, history exists within reality, biology and psychology exist all within reality. Because of that, because of the metaphysical principle that the framework of any entity determines the content, metaphysics is the highest superior science that governs them all, because it's the framework of all of the rest. Because math, psychology, biology do not exist outside of reality. It would make no sense, this phrase. That's why it's so important, and I name it so much. And why is it called like that? How I would define it, as I tell you, it is the study of reality itself, of the composition of reality itself, in which then all of the rest of the uh, all of the inferior sciences, technically inferior science in terms of their technique. I don't mean that they are not important. They are important, but never more than the framework in that sense. So Basically, that's why metaphysics is so important, because it's the framework of the rest of all of the sciences. So pretty much that is the case. That is the case. That is the case. In that sense, it's the study of reality itself. I studied metaphysical philosophy. Philosophy aimed at explaining reality. That's why I always say I do not care about perceptions, doxas, opinions, because they are to be subordinated to the objective arrangement of molecules and particles in time and space. Because our minds, our biology, our psychology, everything that we are, the very water in our bodies, is all contained within reality. We do not exist outside of reality. It's the very truth, the very huge truth that metaphysics could reveal to us, that we exist inside of a framework called reality. Objective metaphysical reality. And that's why relativism fails and will always fail miserably all the times it's been applied and it is applied. Basically, because it ignores the objective arrangement of molecules and particles, like Nietzsche did, like Immanuel Kant did, both of them, and created the political and social situations that we have right now, that you tell me that it is useless, and the relativism basically in debates, because it does not lead, it can never lead to discern, to analyze objective metaphysical reality, because it deliberately ignores it. Should anyone on the Ark Council ask for it? Tell them.
They need to know it all. What happened in the Emperor's fortress?
What does the truth? I don't know.
How Malgus hopes to use it to decimate both the Jedi and the Sith.
It's a lot to take in. But if you're certain. It's encrypted. But I don't recognize the cipher. It isn't one of ours.
Answer it. But be ready to disconnect when I say so. Identify yourself.
Darth Jadus.
No way.
Darth Jadus was once the lifeblood of Imperial intelligence. Near to the Emperor in power and
No, this can't be.
significance. He's been missing, banished. No one knows for certain.
Can you trace his location?
I'm trying, but there's nothing to trace.
He was killed in the Imperial Agents storyline.
Someone already loaded it into the console.
A droid in need of repairs. A mysterious call from someone in need of a protector. The paths were so clearly laid out before you. You did well to follow them. I was close to losing my patience.
Finally, someone from the original era.
Null's machine, utilized on a grand scale, reawakening a connection to the Force in many. Enough to fundamentally disrupt the order of things, to overwhelm the Jedi and the Sith and their weakening grasp of control. And the hidden chain, their leader blind to all but her own desire to refashion the galaxy, are hastening toward making Malgus's vision a reality. But you and the young Jedi have taken the key, the piece of Darth Null's machine required for its success or its failure, the holocron. It seems those who aid you are just as resilient. You stand in the way of the inevitable. Delaying it achieves nothing. You have a choice. We can continue this stalemate, this back and forth, never-ending disruption of plans. Or you can have a say in what is inescapable. You can heed my counsel and have control in what is to come. Consider carefully. I will contact you again.
Darth Jadus. Truthfully, he was the last person I expected to have a hand in this. And I'm not entirely certain there's any way of knowing just how involved he is. Do not underestimate him.
I could kill him as Imperial
He
agent.
was formidable enough before his disappearance. Who knows how far his reach extends now?
No Sith would extend to a potential rival the kind of assistance Jadus is offering.
Perhaps he seeks revenge? A way to punish the rest of the Sith for his exile. All the better if it takes the Jedi down too. Why he would seek your help in this endeavor would be anyone's guess. But I'm sure you would prefer if we weren't caught unawares again.
You're right. If no one knew of his existence for as long as you say, he's had time to lay the groundwork for this. But he can't hide forever.
Okay, what does truth consist of? How can you define it? Great question. See, that's thinking in metaphysical terms, Patrick. See, that's reality. Truth is another way of saying reality. It's another way of saying reality, precisely. So I will define it as the objective arrangement of molecules and particles in time and space. That is truth. The objective observation of reality. The Master's Enigma. Ah, okay, this is the last expansion that they released. The Master's Enigma. It's basically the current expansion. I'm finally up to date, people. So this was pretty much it. I'm up to date. It's the one that they released on Tuesday. I'm finally up to date. The Master's Enigma. Okay. Could it be that we are finally done with the story? This would be a miracle. I know what that means. We are ready to continue with the next game. So it's a cliffhanger. It's not done. The story. They are developing it like that. Chaotic, welcome on. What is the truth? It is what it works. I'm defending pragmatism. No worries, no worries. That made the Roman Empire great. I would say it's the objective arrangement of molecules and particles in time and space.
Why didn't you just let me go?
In that sense.
What's going to happen?
You would define it as what it works. And what would it be that it works? You'll have to define it more there.
Your fate is her decision. You brought it on yourself.
So then I'm now up to date with the expansion.
Handed over the holocron like it was nothing. Like everything I've done was nothing.
What would be what works?
It was stupid, Sahar. I don't understand why you did it. Why did you do it?
I mean, I wasn't thinking on Rome. I was such a... No. I know. It was mine.
All your strength, all your loyalty, Hedda will throw it away. She'll throw you away. I know that you're angry with me, but I promise, no matter what happens, I will never leave you behind again.
I mean, I wasn't thinking about Rome. I was actually thinking on William James and Pierce's. Sorry, don't know them. Sorry, haven't seen them. I after Thomas Aquinas, all of the philosophers that you mentioned to me, I'll probably not know them because basically I know what they say, etc. But no more beyond that point. But no more beyond that point. Wasn't thinking. No. I know it was my interpretation of Rome. It was pragmatic, for sure. Yeah. No. I get it. What is truth? What it works? What would it be that it works? What would it be that it works? That's an interesting concept. What would it be that it works? Anything that works is truth. There's another concept that I can provide regarding
Time to refute the accusations they would like to level against you.
regarding a truth that you asked, Patrick, is that besides being the objective arrangement of molecules and particles in time and space,
Unexpected consequences.
or the smallest
Dissidents
portion of
see
particles,
this as a symbol of the Empire's weakness. Violent unrest is rampant.
There are some who would cast aspersions on you for allowing this to happen. It was your associate who freed Malgus from Imperial custody, after all.
I would add one more thing, and
And the
I'll
Empress
add that
has
after the
accepted
dialogue.
the validity of these criticisms. She demands an explanation.
Between you and me, I believe the seeds of her distrust were planted by someone else.
The tension between Darth Krovos and Darth Zarian has worsened as of late. I can't help but wonder if either of them are attempting to draw attention from their dispute, or something they may be planning. Krovos, especially, would have cause to bring such an inconvenience to your doorstep.
But I want you to know that I am utterly unconvinced of the other's suspicion. And I certainly do not agree with their method of confronting you.
Can you stall the others? I will do my best.
I will add that alongside the concept of truth,
Was I meant to expect
truth is also justice at the same time. And justice is giving to each what corresponds to them,
As expected, we
and
received
what
communication
corresponds
from
to each of
a
us.
direct transmission to
The
Odessa.
objective metaphysical reality
Encrypted, of course,
of
but
the objective
T7 has
arrangement of
graciously
molecules
solved
and
that
particles
problem
in
for
time and
us.
space.
Not much in the message.
Why? Because it can happen. If it wasn't fair in some way, it wouldn't be able to
I
happen.
like this.
Now,
We don't know where these coordinates
the
lead.
concept of something
It could be to Jade,
corresponding
it
to
could be
someone
What if we take this
someone,
to the Dark Council, since they've briefed us
is
with
to be
their
regulated
process?
by virtues. That's the part in which humans
The
can, in
situation
that sense,
is
make a
already
difference. That would be like
With their support, we
regarding
can try and
truth.
just quickly and
But it
eliminate
works
any
depends
chances of
on the
expanding his
context.
reach.
In science, it's what enables us. Is what enables us to make correct predictions about the behavior of nature. About the behavior of nature. Yeah, I autocorrected. Don't worry. When I read, I autocorrect about the behavior of nature. Um, in that sense, okay. This is it's a valid definition. It is relativist because of the part of depending on the context. I think it does not depend on the context. I think uh, uh, values are universal and absolute. Like what showed us reality in ancient Greece will be the very same thing. They will be the very same things regardless of context that will show us reality in modern times. Like if I throw a person in the middle of a jungle, we'll observe the very same reality right now as in ancient Greece and etc. But no, valid definition in that sense. Valid definition, and it's better to think about it than not think at all about the situation. That's like the worst situation possible. People not ignoring and not thinking about any situation is the worst, regardless of your perception of it, because your perception of it at least implies an effort.
This is too risky to handle alone.
In that sense,
I'll talk to
that's the important part.
about getting some support.
In that
A
sense,
wise decision.
Let's hope it doesn't get back
how
to
can
Duchess.
realism solve modern day problems? One Hungarian critic debated about real. Oh, you got a local Hungarian guy talking about realism. That's a new one, Patrick. You must have been thrilled. He said that different ideologies solved the era of which is that time. For example, Stoicism for wars, but nowadays we have postmodern problem. Which era you mean? In the sense of realism, it didn't solve a problem. It came from the eras of from Aristotle, from Greek period, all the way up to medieval times. Hey, now I can access this shit. What the fuck? It's like an instance. The Master's Enigma, I'm up to date. Good. Chaotic. But it does depend on context. Only a Sith works in absolute. That's great. Everyone already said, yeah, no problem. No, well, because precisely Star Wars 3 Revenge of the Sith, which is my favorite movie, precisely, is my favorite movie, not my favorite book. My favorite book is Ender's Game. But, but my favorite movie is Revenge of the Sith. Only a Sith deals in absolute. Precisely, Obi-Wan says that because it's written and done in 2005, a relativist point of view in absolute terms. Precisely, he can only say that in there. No, absolute values are positive when backed by virtues. The problem is that Anakin had no fucking virtues by the end of the movie. He was a fucking killer. In that sense, if they are backed by virtues, it is positive. It is the premise was that Anakin there was didn't have any virtue. He didn't exercise any virtue. He was full of envy. He was full of jealousy. He had frustration for not becoming a master. Basically, no, absolute values are good when they are fed by virtues, I would say, in that sense. So you are assuming objective morality? Yes, yes, for me, morality is absolutely objective. It does not depend on context. In fact, I wouldn't say for me, I would say in the objective arrangement of molecules and particles, definitely. Uh, I've had I have had this discussion several times in that sense.
I do hope you weren't running off anywhere important.
Hang on, now I read the other one, Patrick, about the debate with the Hungarian one, but that was also very, very interesting. Give me a moment.
You're interfering with official alliance business, Empress. Step aside.
Have you forgotten to whom you are speaking? You cannot simply pick and choose which of your obligations to the Dark Council you may attend to. Malgus's escape is unacceptable. He and his accomplice have only added to the continued strain on the Empire's resources. I have yet to
Now I get
understand
to all of
just what
them.
Mandalore is playing at. Perhaps you could enlighten us.
Shay acted alone. This has nothing to do with us.
That is irrelevant. The fact remains that Hetacole continues her war because of Shay Vizsla's incompetence.
And we know that Malgiv seeks the destruction of the Sith. We must eliminate him, and anyone who aids him.
You have been operating without proper oversight for far too long.
I got everything under control. Don't tell me how to do my job. I want to kill Asina that you see there, but I don't want to do it as a fucking rebel from outside. I want to do it from the inside, from institutional power. So let's tell them. Now I read them all. Huh? Now I read them all.
He claims to know how Malgus can be stopped. I would appreciate your support in tracking him down.
Jadis, if you have been communicating with the man who nearly destroyed the very foundation of the Empire, it is not something to be mentioned so casually.
Well, I already made my institutional point here, people. So back down from it.
Really want to do this here? Do you want to make an enemy out of the alliance?
Hang on, and now I
Out of
read.
me?
No, okay.
I think it's best to continue this conversation elsewhere.
That's one big soldier there, people. I think it's the only big soldier I've ever seen, like Imperial Stormtrooper. They are all like the same size. They're like.
This would not be the first time Malgus has tried to topple the Empire. Now that he is free to make another attempt, we must be ready to cut him off from any potential resources. Knowing what Darth Nul's holocron is capable of, and what Malgus wishes to achieve, we cannot risk it falling into his hands. Despite your willingness to share its secrets, we should never have allowed you to keep the holocron here.
No matter, that is why we are here, after all. The holocron, if you would be so kind.
This is an interesting choice. I'll get to the dialogue now. I'll get to it. Okay, so we need to progress further in philosophical ideologies designed to solve. I'm back. Okay. Now I'm only beginning to read. Anyways, I was looking at the cinematic. So, Obi-Wan, we need to progress further in philosophical ideologies designed to solve modern problems or errors like media manipulation, fake people, etc. Uh, yes, Patrick. I would say that realism solved them a lot, but yes, maybe an evolution inside of it. Yes. Like realism is a foundation, I would say. Yes, but I get your point. Like a more a refined version of it. So assuming objective morality, yes, but does moral facts exist independent of human existence? Yes, of course. They are extrinsic. They are not inherent because they are universal. Like assuming all humans just stopped existing, would moral facts still exist? Yes. It's a great philosophical question throughout history that has been asked. So I thank you because it's a great deep question. Yes, they would still exist even without humans to perceive it, to perceive reality. Yes, it's the existence of reality and morality included within it is independent from us. Otherwise, if that wasn't the case, if that wasn't the case, our thoughts would be equivalent to reality. And right now, even if I think there's a huge pink elephant right in front of me, or that this whole room is on fire, it's not. It's because of that. Whatever we think confined in our minds does not affect that objective arrangement of molecules and particles. That's why I would say yes, of course it is completely divorced from our subjective perception of it. Yes. I would say so, but definitely it's the universal of realism. It's the very heart of it, precisely because of this. Because we subordinate our perception to that objective arrangement. Otherwise, like Kant said, and Nietzsche, and etc., our thoughts would be more prevalent than reality itself. And I think there's no way of perceiving that as anything but a fallacy in that sense. I think there's no way empirical evidence can tell you that that can be the case. But you only think that there's no pink elephant in your room and that your room is not on fire because of your senses and your mind. But why should you trust your senses or your mind? Indeed, I don't trust my senses completely. I trust my mind in that sense, but subordinated to the objective arrangement of molecules and particles. You tell me that I can only think it because it's inside of my head. No, I can think it because it's what I perceive from the objective arrangement. Through my senses and through my mind, through logical deduction, which is even more valuable. But I subordinate my mind to that perception. If we invert that, like relativism proposes, basically we are doing a reverse engineered process in which, yes, you can think the opposite, that the fact that the fire exists or the pink elephant exists depends on your mind and your perception of it. For me, not for me, the reality, the truth is precisely that it's not happening. It's not happening. The objective arrangement of molecules and particles in time and space doesn't happen. If I am not here and I cannot see that and I cannot deduce it, it would still be the truth. Not seeing does not mean not existing. That is the key. That is the same argument that in medieval times it was used to defend the existence of God. Pretty much. In my case, I'm using it to explain the objective arrangement of molecules and particles. It would be, just as Patrick was mentioning, a different evolution of the same perception, which is immanent realism in that sense. The existence of any metaphysical entity is immanent, inherent to itself. It would exist even if we don't perceive it, even if we don't see it, in that sense. The thing is that our senses don't show us the true ultimate reality. It shows us a model of reality created by the brain, and your mind isn't that great at understanding reality, as there's multiple factors such as genes or brain neurochemistry that makes you think the way you think. Well, but that's only one mind. If we take a look from the combined effort of all of our minds, well, a lot of the factors are eliminated. And second, even if my perception of it would be like that, even if it would be only one person, even like that, even in that case, the perception does not modify the objective arrangement of molecules and particles. You can tell me, because of genetics or the mind's understanding, the perception is wrong. Yes, that can happen. I do not deny that the perception can be wrong. The perception can be wrong. That's why empirical evidence exists. But it wouldn't modify the objective arrangement of molecules and particles. It's not my perception. In that case, my perception will be wrong, but not reality itself. Reality itself cannot differ from itself because it's immanent to its existence, would be the reply. My perception can be wrong. It can be wrong. It could be on fire. It could, but it's not. Not because of my perception. In that case, could be wrong. There's a 0.0001 probability that it's wrong. But it wouldn't change the fact of how the molecules arrange themselves. I could say that it's on fire right now. Would it change it? That is not? The part of that is not could be wrong, I guess. Yes, the perception could be wrong. But the existence itself? No, it cannot. It cannot. It's not that different from what Kant defends. Kant defended that there is an external world independent from our minds. The thing is that we never perceive this world, we only see a projection of that world. No, Kant is worse. No, because for Kant, there is no objective reality. He would never agree to the objective arrangement of molecules and particles existing. Sadly, he would never agree to that. He would never agree that it is possible to reach objective reality. I think that through perception we can reach it. Just as we can be wrong, of course, we can also reach it and match the perception with the objective arrangement. Kant would never say that. I don't know. Maybe if he was drugged, I don't know. And there's something neither him, Nietzsche, or all of the relativists would say that, because for them the mind was like a clean slate that was being filled completely and nothing had an inherent existence. If you cannot have inherent existence, you can never reach objective reality. I think objective reality can be reached through deduction, through a lot of effort, through being wrong several times, of course. That might be phenomenalism. Kant, I would say that he would never think that objective reality can be reached, that it doesn't exist. That's the difference with the huge gap between relativism and realism. I think that in that sense, perception can be wrong, but can also be right. For Kant, it would be perception is always wrong because it cannot reach reality. I think it can. I think it can. Can be wrong or can be right. It's the ultimate the old conundrum of Kant would be like this chaotic chemistry if I had to say what he would interpret. He would say doubt everything because of what you mentioned, that our senses and perception and etc. are like conditioned by biology and etc. Okay, So he would say doubt everything. I don't say doubt everything. I say doubt those things that give you logical reasons through observation and empirical evidence to doubt them, and don't doubt those ideas and perceptions which don't give you those reasons. It's different. I leave both possibilities open. He doesn't. He says that you can never perceive reality. I say you can or you cannot. Possibility of it. Through what? Through empirical evidence and observation. Subordinating perception to objective reality. Objective reality is separated, divorced from mental perception. The perception can be right or can be wrong in that sense. Can be right or can be wrong. Can be closer or can be farther away from describing it, from matching it because of all of those things you say. But that it exists independently, I do not deny it. Kant would deny it in that sense. That might be phenomenalism. What is phenomenalism? I assume phenomenalism is basically that reality is what is perceived, but that's just a guessing. Reality is what is perceived is relativism, basically. The philosophical view that physical objects do not exist independently, but are instead reducible to or constructed from mental perception. Well, sensory space. They are all evolutions of Kant's original relativism, basically all that Patrick just described. That's why I tell you that after Kant, I didn't read anymore because they were repeating themselves from different angles. It's all of them find their root in both Nietzsche and Kant, in nihilism and relativism. Well, that's not what Kant defended. That's what Irish philosopher Berkeley defended in a way. The philosophical view that objects do not exist independently. It's an evolution. Sorry, I didn't read Kant. I only read Thomas Aquinas and Aristotle in my life. Well, I had to read Kant. Sadly, I had to read Kant. Yes, I had to read Kant, and yes, it's a variation. At the end of the day, if he's saying that they do not exist independently but are reducible to or constructed for mental perception, it's a variation of it. It's certainly not realist. It's certainly not realist. It's certainly post-medieval, without a doubt. It's another name that the person used, phenomenalism, but it's a variation of relativism, without a doubt. Otherwise, I would I would otherwise they would they would accept the existence of reality like I do. In that sense. Hell, adaptations. Oh, great question, Patrick. Great question. Great question. There's not as many as relativism had. But I think you have. There was one. Relativism. No worries. Chaotic chemistry, and don't think we just argue. It's just that I know it's what I tell. He couldn't reach object. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Cesar, for following right in this moment of intense metaphysical and philosophical debate. I don't know what image you may have of my channel in this moment with Patrick and Chaotic Chemistry and me, the three of us debating about metaphysical philosophy, but yes, generally the streams are like this. I chat about philosophy as I review games. I review games and I chat about philosophy because I review games from the perspective from realism. And yes, thank you for the moment. I don't know what image you may have of my channel. I don't know if you like Star Wars Your Republic or you found my channel through the philosophy tag in that sense, but yes, we debate about philosophy intensely here. Indeed, indeed. If you play Star Wars: The Republic, I'm a veteran player from launch. Basically, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being the 65th follower of the channel. All ideas are heard, and we debate in an absolute healthy environment. But yes, basically I say unpopular things and they are debated here as well. Of course, as you can see, what is matter? Never mind. What is the mind? No matter. No. Okay, things like that. Yes, you might see things like that. So you discovered the stream in one of our classic moments of philosophical debates. But yes, it's like that. If you are enjoying it, uh, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I know it's not for everyone. I know it's not for everyone. The level of conversations we have here. I know it's not common on Twitch. If you played Star Wars: The Old Republic, feel free to tell me your experience. If you like the philosophy instead, tell me your. No problem. No one here will judge you. I have my stances. Chaotic Chemistry has his stances. Pillow, another viewer, has his stances,
You've done something
and
to
pretty
it.
much
Explain.
we like chatting about philosophy. Big reason why I followed. I do play SWTOR. I'm a cis juggernaut right now. Ah, okay. You like Star Wars. Okay, okay. Well, well, a pleasure. I am a player from
Or perhaps it is the
from
planet
launch,
fugitive you're
basically.
hoping to protect.
Lord
I
Kotor,
can tell you my
perhaps we
story.
should take a moment. Let cooler heads prevail before someone says
I
something
have
they
the
cannot take
encyclopedia
back.
and philosophy too. Oh my god, both of my favorite things in life you have. Damn, you will feel right at home then.
But we
Well,
will
if
soon
it's
give you
both
the
of
right
them,
to roam free with this dangerous
well,
relic in hand.
well, if it's both of them, I have something to
Edition
show you.
effective immediately.
Oh, since you follow for Star Wars: The Old
Once the
Republic
protocol is
as
in our
well.
possession, we will determine the
Look at
extent of
this.
its damage.
I have the original
You will remain here until
encyclopedia.
Wardus is caught. Or until we are
The
satisfied
story of
that it
this
has
one
been
is
tampered with
legendary.
Null's holocron in
Now we
any
go back to
way that would be
philosophy, if
detrimental
you
to his
would also
establishment.
like it. Look at this, the
This is
encyclopedia from
ridiculous. You
launch.
can't do that.
But I
This
didn't
is a
get it at
matter of
launch.
imperial
What do
security.
you love more, games or
Move to
philosophy,
combat
says
quarters first.
Patrick. Patrick is an old follower from the channel. Cersar. But basically, look at this, the original encyclopedia. I got it in 2024, actually. Games for sure. Whoa, that's a super cool. I love having the physical game stuff. Yes, if you'd like, if I have had a lot of followers from Star Wars: The Old Republic. That I will not. I'll tell you the truth. They recognize me because of PvP. I do player versus player combat, basically. I don't do operations or anything. I basically do player versus player combat. In that sense, I do player versus player combat, and a lot of the people from Star Wars: The Old Republic recognize me from there. Feel free to add me in game. Cron War also recognized me like that. Um, Also, my friends from Smiley Face, just so you recognize, and basically my friends from Marvel Universe, which is my guild basically. As you can see, I have a little, all I did was PvP up to 2015. After 2015, then I had to leave the game. I did since January 2012 up to 2015. My favorite update is 2.9, and then in 2015 I left for law school. As you can read, I went for law. I left for law school. I'm from Argentina, as you can read. I am Italian as well, both nationalities. And because of that, basically, um, I had to leave the game 2015, and I returned last year, in which I soloed Knights of the Fallen Empire and Knights of the Eternal Throne, which hadn't done. I hadn't done those. Basically, mm, well, I think Knights of the Eternal Throne didn't exist even back then when I left. It was Shadow of Revan and Knights of Fallen Empire. So I soloed them on Master Mode. I came back, and then offline I play PvP. You may add me in game as Eraser here. And basically that's my story with the game. If you'd like to tell me your story with the game, I also love hearing them. Yeah, are you a founder or more of a modern player? Like this, I had to do two server transfers. My original one was Prophecy of the Five, an old PvP server from the East Coast. And yeah, basically it's my favorite game ever. So much that I added then when I started streaming in 2021. I remember the game so fondly that I used the face of my favorite character for my channel. Basically, it's all themed around the Dreadmasters, as it was the last expansion I did, Oricon. Well, you love more games or philosophy, and he says games for sure. And now that is super cool. I love having physical games stuff. Yeah, yeah. Which philosophical ideology do? Well, Patrick, only if he would like, only if he would like to tell you that I know that here we are very we are very extroverted and friendly regarding our philosophical ideologies, and we share them. But no. Whenever he'd like to talk about it, in that sense, I am a noob and just started. But now don't say that. Everyone says that they are noobs. Everyone has to start somewhere. I had a lot of people in Flashpoint say that. No, you started playing this year, but I have always liked RPGs and played some Warcraft in the past. I haven't played more RTS or classic. Oh, you played RTS. Good. Good. My channel started as an RTS only channel. All of my old YouTube videos are about reviewing old RTS games. The developer of Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard and the Lord of the Rings War of the Ring was one of my first viewers old back in 2021. Pretty much. Damn it. Time certainly flies, people. What were you all doing in 2021 as I was starting the channel chatting with the main enemy designer of Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard? He's still following the channel. In that sense, from Liquid Entertainment. Which RTSs did you like? I of course loved Warcraft. I finished Warcraft 3 on hard difficulty. That's not something that the classic one, because in the Reforged edition they killed the difficulty. Here it locked me out of the cinematic because it was so long. Let's go back. Dawn of War, Warcraft, but mostly Dawn. You like Dawn of War, The Legend of 2003. I did the original Winter Assault, and I could never do Soulstorm. Okay, Patrick, thank you for the stream. Have a good stream. Night bye. Patrick, a pleasure as always. Thank you for joining right from the beginning of the stream and the great philosophical debates that I know you love so much. You can always write to me over at Discord as you've been telling me, and thank you for the bottom of my heart for the kind words at the beginning of the stream of basically that I was the most important man in your life after your parents and choose and asking me to choose your phrase for your final yearbook. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Patrick, because it's a gift that really is the greatest thing that Twitch has given me. It's a real honor and pleasure. So yeah, well, I feel so good that all of our philosophical debates like lend you a hand in life and everything. I'm humbled by it. It's an absolute honor. So thank you from the bottom of my heart and always visiting me right at the beginning, Patrick. Okay, Zerzar and chaotic chemistry as well. If you are still there, what is matter? Never mind. What is mine? No matter. The same. But Zerzar, Dawn of War. I played the original one. Then Winter Assault.
I can assure you we will manage just as well without him.
Then Dark Crusade. But I didn't do Soulstorm. Mostly Dawn of War. You like squad-based RTSs. Well, then Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard, I think you'll like it. Precisely, the main enemy designer.
I knew there was suspicion, but I never expected anything like this.
The main enemy designer of Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard was one of my first viewers. He came to thank me for the review. of it, and it's like that squad based for sure. Yes, 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 because it will be squad based like that. Eh, in terms of the genre classification, I don't know if this is a topic that you like. It's something that I've discussed very in depth. I do in depth reviews of video games. In the case of Dawn of War, the first one, it's like it's an RTS, but it already had those tendencies that gave birth in the second one, in Dawn of War 2, to the real-time tactics genre. Okay, this is a very it's an intricacy of the debate that I love in genre classification. Real-time strategy involves base building. Okay, this is something personal. The gaming industry does not classify uh, RTS and RTT, real-time tactics, instead of real-time strategy like this. But I do. I think there are enough elements as to have a divorce between them, and that they are shown precisely between Dawn of War 2 and Dawn of War 1. Yeah, I'm like this. I talk about these intricacies of gaming history all the time. When it's not philosophy, something like this all the time. So the two defining elements, why I would say that real-time strategy in Dawn of War 1 remained like that, was base building, but it incorporated an element of real-time tactics that you could find also in Total War games. I would classify Total War games as real-time tactics instead of real-time strategy. Why? There's no base building, and this is the key difference, and this is what the developer of it in part valued so much about my analysis. I said that it perfectly blended Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shards, same as Dawn of War, following the heritage of Dawn of War, precisely because positioning on the battlefield is a defining element in the outcome of the battle, something that real-time strategy doesn't have. You just circle the enemy in StarCraft or in Age of Empires. Granted, positioning plays a role, but it's not as defining as real-time tactics. In Total War, if you get attacked from behind, you're dead. Chaotic chemistry. Then you have to teach me how to play chaotic there in the Discord. We can do a stream there regarding that. Thanks for the chat, Hard. Same for you. Never feel bad if you ever disagree with me or Patrick, and thank you for your great maturity for thinking the complete opposite of realism and still chatting with me. Most people generally snap in that sense, those who are immature and are unable to even listen. In that sense, when I start saying that I support realism and Thomas Aquinas and that metaphysical entities have an external existence from our mind perception, it's already like way too much, way too unpopular, and and it's like that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and deeply enjoy your company there from Brazil, just like Patrick from Hungary in that sense. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for a great company always, Chaotic Chemistry. One day we have to do like we have to play Chaotic online. That one we have to showcase it on stream. It would be an act of justice. It would be an act of justice, without a doubt, showing Chaotic on stream in that sense. Okay, so Dawn of War, Warcraft, but mostly Dawn of War, so squad-based with real-time tactics. You need real-time tactics elements in that sense. You like them.
But before we make things worse, we should
Okay,
think about what we
okay.
want to do next.
So you just discovered Star Wars: Your Republic. You also like philosophy,
Quickly.
and you like
Which you
RTS.
cannot do while you are locked up here.
Well, I sadly cannot show you my desktop, but if you
Do you plan
look
to
at
take
the
on some of the risks?
YouTube link,
Of
I did a
course.
complete
I
history
wouldn't
of real-time
suggest
strategy,
He's
going
doing it
game
twice.
by game, fixing them all.
But no,
Armies of
that's
Exigo
what
you would
you
love as well.
If you two are going to get out of
Uh,
here, you should
Zersar. Armies of Exigo. It was one of my first reviews. I was quite harsh with that one. Armies of Exigo is the perfect Warcraft 3 clone, let's just say.
Let's just say I know ways to move around the base.
So basically that. In that sense. And you also like classic RPGs. Could it be that you played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2? I need a companion that played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Because everyone loves Baldur's Gate 3, and I like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. the classic ones. When you say classic RPGs, or which ones in terms of classic RPGs? If I may know, if not, no worries. But basically that, basically that. Which would be the classic RPGs? Knights of the Old Republic for sure.
If we play our cards right,
No, but Armies of Exego. I recommend
You're
anyone
asking for
as a
trouble,
Warcraft
right?
3 clone, Armies of Exego.
You'll need backup, you know, to go and potentially.
Especially the final level is quite hard.
Just say the word, and
You'll feel at home with
they'll
Armies of
much like the idea
Exego.
of you two going alone.
your presence here would be much more valuable, Major. Leverage your influence with Lord Krovos to keep her distracted.
That I can do.
We shouldn't waste any more of our precious little time. I will analyze the security
So
measures being put in
basically that.
place. With any luck,
In,
we'll
game,
find a
in terms of
straightforward
classic
path to victory.
RPGs, I always make the distinction between Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, and as fathers,
Don't think I'm about
father
questioning your choices or anything.
of the genre, of the classic RPG genre.
You're
Yes,
probably the most
finally,
person I've ever met.
yes,
And if you can't smell the
finally,
fragrance of
congratulations.
then it's worth
You are
it
the
for
first
you.
viewer who
Be very
actually played Baldur's Gate
Don't
1
come
and
back in one piece.
agrees with me and doesn't ridicule it, saying that Baldur's Gate 3 is much better. Respect for the classics. Yes, so you played Baldur's Gate 1. You just never finished. You never fully finished. 2, unfortunately, but like, okay. 1, but I like 1. I like Fallout 1. 1 is, okay, classic. Okay. You, in that sense, okay. You played the classics. Okay. Okay. Well, it's glad that I'm finally not alone
Suppose I can't argue with
regarding that,
Everyone's in
because
position. Time to
everyone I've talked to so far played Baldur's Gate 3
Well,
without playing the 2
stay safe
classics.
out there, yeah?
So please, so it's not just me saying it. What would you say makes Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, 2 you never finished it, but you like 1. What made it so great if you played it back in the day, or if you played it like modernly? In that sense, what made you find value in them? What would you say it is? It doesn't matter what element would be. The combat complexity, being a classic game, etc. Because it's a combat system that nowadays I have feedback, Sexar from Sarsar. I have feedback, and most people say the combat is way too complex compared to Baldur's Gate 3. And I always say, no, try Baldur's Gate 1. Try it. It's the father of all classic RPGs for a reason, in that sense. So, well, glad to meet another person who even played it. What would you say made it valuable? Gave you a valuable experience, or not, or if it was bad in that sense. For me, it's the father of all RPGs. And needless to say, I don't like what they did with Baldur's Gate 3. I am probably alone regarding that thought, but yeah. What would you say gave it such value? For me, the abstract complexity of the combat was absolutely brilliant. In that sense, this one was absolutely brilliant. The THACO, the 2-hit armor class 0, while counterintuitive, is a great system that adds a lot of complexity because you don't have a warranted hit on the enemy. And I think that is the long-standing heritage of Dungeons & Dragons 3.5's combat system. Oh, brilliant! I had to, since I played Baldur's Gate 3 and you really liked it. Okay, so first you played Baldur's Gate 3 like the rest of my viewers. Okay, so my brother gave you the early access. You went back and tried it. Since I like 90s Fallout 1, okay, so Fallout 1 was the one that... Fallout 1 was like the entry gate. I see. So what I like simply about 1 is that it is more grounded, okay? What I enjoy the gameplay itself, but just like the vibe and aesthetic, because I like cheesy 80s style fantasy. Okay, it feels like more realistic in a way. Okay. Like I enjoy Conan the Barbarian comics, and even Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I think for a lot of people, it's difficult to go backwards in time, like from Baldur's Gate 3 to 2 or 3 to 1. Brilliantly put, brilliantly put. Anyone who really wants to get the full experience, though, will play it. You have to get used to 90s clunkiness because there are too many 90s classics. Well, needless to say, I did play Divinity Original Sin 1, not Baldur's Gate 3, which is the same combat system by Larian.
Behind the bar, there's a ladder that will take you beneath the cantina.
But yes, I see what
Where's this ladder?
I see what you mean.
Aside,
I see what you mean.
that leads
So
below.
Fallout 1 was the entry gate. Interesting. It was Fallout 1 the entry gate. I didn't play that one. See, we played the classic. But no, the
I hope that
intention
door
of,
is easy.
as you say, of getting through the classics for the full experience is something commendable.
I've
I
never
congratulate you
encountered
for
it
it.
before.
I don't
I
know
congratulate you
if I'm
for it.
dedication to.
Because most people
Control the
nowadays
canteen.
don't value
Grab
that.
cargo lift and wait. Please
And
find
it
those
indeed
words on your next step.
uh, gives you the whole picture. The system that Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 use, needless to say, I think it was incredible because of the complexity. Even nowadays, people will say it's like clunky. I get what you mean by clunky, but I love them. If you want a more refined, oh, Fallout 1 is so brutal in my opinion. If you try it, no, if you try it, don't use the guys. Oh well, that's brilliant. The thing with Fallout 1 is that I think it's fully turn based, and Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons real time with pause, which is what I love. If you could get through Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 though, Cersar, if you could get through them and enjoy them at least, even with the clunkiness that you say, that is fixed in Dragon Age Origins. And another game that I played this last year that I reviewed, a German game called Drakensang 1, The Dark Eye, because it's also based
Hold your position.
on 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons. Basically, if you could get through Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, it would be oh, yes. There are modern incarnations besides Knights of the Old Republic. 1 and 2, of course, the classic. I think if we are playing SWTOR, we play Knights of the Republic 1 and 2. I think if we're Dragons and 1, The Dark. I reviewed it. It's all over at YouTube. A whole 100% completion. You'll see that's an easier version of Baldur's. It's like a Baldur's Gate for beginners. If I would have to suggest and has more modern graphics. If I had to suggest an entry point to 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's Gate 1 is 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons. Star Wars: The Republic is Dungeons and Dragons 4.0, and Baldur's Gate is 5.0 basically. My favorite is of course like Star Wars: The Republic 4.0 and also 3.5. I don't like modern ones. This will sound terrible, but I don't like easy games, and I feel all more. I played Divinity Original Sin 1, which is already harder than Baldur's Gate 3, and I still thought it was like it didn't catch my attention because it couldn't catch my attention because it was just way too easy in that sense. Uh, so yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I would recommend Dragons and 1 The Dark Eye, and then of course Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age Origins.
Hey, come on, it's not so bad. At least you've got company.
Dragon Age Origins is like the perfect refinement of the formula of Baldur's Gate 1. Sadly, then Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition, which I didn't play, changed the combat system, but the first one is like a complete story. It won't leave you with. It will only leave you with very few cliffhangers for the sequels. It's not like Mass Effect. It's more self-contained. It's more self-contained. So Dragon Age Origins,
We don't want you to draw too much
you can't go
attention to
wrong.
yourself.
You can't go wrong with Dragonage Origins if you could get through Baldur's Gate. It will have the 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons.
So far, so good. You blend right in.
It's quite the experience.
In that sense. Hey, we're already doing the expansion that they released. That they released on Tuesday. That is good. Oh, oh, it's like a detection. It's like a detection. We are playing like a stealth quest. So yeah, I would recommend those. I would recommend those. Dragons and One, the Dark Eye, definitely for any beginner. Any beginner. And then Dragon Age Origins, if you want perfection. Especially, I was commenting to a viewer, but just the difficult part will be by the end of it, which is the expansion Awakening. The final boss fight with the Harvester is glorious. It's the final boss fight of the expansion. It doesn't have any story, pretty much. The Awakening expansion, the Harvester is one of the hardest boss fights ever created in video games because it was not designed to be finished in that sense.
I beg your pardon?
Sit tight. He's almost there.
In that sense, so yeah, pretty much. You can't go wrong with the Harvester boss fight. I debated a lot. Most of my viewers did the same as you. They did Baldur's Gate 3, and then none has had the courage to go back to 90s classics. I instead played the 90s classics. In retrospective, I'm not that old. I'm only 30. But yeah, I played them in retrospective in 2015. I wanted to see the classics just like you, so I know it's an admirable intention in that sense.
Stay alert, Sergeant. The commander may very well try to reach his ship.
Because at that point, I just felt I couldn't. Back in 2015, I had played Dragon Age Origins, precisely Mass Effect, Knights of the Old Republic, etc., without the classic Baldur's.
Carefully now.
Same story, but with different games as the spark that ignited going back to it.
Captain Hellos aboard the Affliction. I require a shuttle.
I'm here, just lurk. I'm here, no worries.
Proceed to LP3.
No worries. Lurk as much as you like, sir. No, I basically, just so you have an idea, here I review games. Just so you have an idea. You can see everything that I do over at the... Not with this one, because this game, I basically just play leisure gameplay. I divide the stream into two parts. Reviews of games, maybe at Discord, some follower subscribes and can pick the games for me to review, or I pick the game on my own, naturally, through the normal course. And basically I review them with a metaphysically realist analysis. That precisely the developers of Evencast Rise of the Mage from Austria, Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard from Liquid Entertainment from RTS. They praised my analysis back when I started streaming back in 2021. They were my first streams, and having the congratulations of two developers with the quality of my reviews, well, that like boosted my morale to keep going up until now. In that sense, so yeah, pretty much. So that's basically the idea. I review from a metaphysically realist analysis or viewpoint in that sense. So yeah, pretty much I start talking about reality, about metaphysics, about all of those things, and that's what then like sparks the metaphysics part that you see that that a lot of viewers ended up liking more the philosophical part on its own, even more than the games. So I like debate both things at the same time, pretty much. But no, regarding it, I am quite happy whenever I see someone that goes back and plays the classics. Because otherwise you have no point of comparison. It's what I tell people who only played Baldur's Gate 3 and don't try Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Okay, it's basically what I tell them. Play the first one. Well, you're the only one so far. You and I think some other classic viewers of my channel have, but not because of Baldur's Gate 3. In that sense. In that sense, it would be like that. In that sense, it would be like that. So, regarding the RTS genre, Armies of Exegol, if you like Warcraft 3,
I do hope you understand why I could not leave the holocron.
and in the case of classic RPGs, Dragonage Origins. Dragonage Origins. You won't go wrong with that one ever. And then Dragons Unwanted Archive is the one that I would give to any, if you want any friend, to introduce any friend to 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons, I would use Dragons Unwanted Archive because it's easy. It's not like Baldur's Gate. In Baldur's Gate 1, you have to understand Thaco, the 2-hit armor class 0 for melee combat. It has like very strict rules in that sense. So yeah, for me it's a majestic system. It's the father of all RPGs. For me it's a 10 out of 10 game. Consider these people. It was released at the same time as The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. If we compare the complexity of that with Baldur's Gate, even if Ocarina of Time fixed the C targeting of the camera. I love when a lot of people say, no, Dark Souls invented targeting an enemy and you rotating around it with the camera. No, it was Ocarina of Time. It was a great advancement for 3D gaming, without a doubt. But Baldur's Gate, being in 2D, a much more classical approach, not a technical marvel, still in 2D, the complexity of the combat was much higher. I remember Siege of Dragonspear. I played the expansions in 2015, the enhanced edition. The final boss of Siege of Dragonspear, I think it was brutal. I left ready to enjoy. I had to do it on stream so I can showcase Baldur's Gate to everyone who liked Baldur's Gate 3. The legendary Legacy of Fall, which is the real ending, because the second one, the ending of the second one, I won't do spoilers, but let's just say it's not the end. You have to play Legacy of Fall, and that's the one that I haven't played. Icewind Dale is the same. Is the brother of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, and sadly Icewind Dale 2 had a very
At least we'll have time to prepare.
Doesn't seem to be an ambush. Icewind Dale 2, in that sense, the source code was lost. That's why we don't have an enhanced edition of Icewind Dale 2. A very sad chapter of gaming history, that, people, huh? Very sad chapter. I can't believe Jadis is alive. I can't believe Jadis is alive.
Welcome to the Enigma.
The Enigma? Oh, a fitting name. But I think your ship could use some work.
This ship is a wondrous artifact, but it does not belong to me. It is simply the key to many mysteries I wish to solve. I appreciate your accepting my invitation. I will admit, I did not know for certain if you would follow the trail. I am pleased you made the intelligent choice.
If you have something useful to offer, I'm open to the possibility of working together.
Another wise decision. This is encouraging. Our goals are aligned. It is only logical that we should collaborate with one another.
And what do you think my goals are?
To stop Heta Kol and break her hidden chain. To thwart Malgus's plans. To bring order to the galaxy.
The guy has a point, huh?
Has been set in motion, and you have placed yourself at its core. The
Very good
version
point
of
for a
the
zombie, I
Knowles
thought there.
machine that you destroyed on the Hidden Chain's prison ship was merely a prototype. Heta Kol and her followers have nearly completed a full-scale version of Null's masterpiece. But Malgus intends to wrench it from her grasp, and Heta Kol cannot stop him. This must not come to pass. Malgus must not be allowed to use Null's machine.
I know what Null intended to do with her machine, but how is Malgus planning to use it?
To throw the galaxy into chaos and flames. Malgus is no longer the warrior he was. He is a broken man, obsessed with his own legacy. He's been thwarted, defeated, and caged, maddened by the need for vengeance. All that's left for him is a grand gesture that will burn his name in the stars. So he believes.
Why do you want to see Malgus fail?
I am the order to Malgus's chaos. Malgus would allow fear to run rampant, burning everything to ash. Better to control the fear, and guide the galaxy with a firm hand. The true
That's a good
power,
point.
the only one I have need of, is bound to you. You hold Null's prize creation in your hand, the potential key to all of her masterworks. Each of her designs, including this ship, connected and controlled by the information in the holocron. But in order to use any of them to their maximum effect, the full power of the holocron must be unlocked. Null's machine cannot be mastered without doing so. This is something only you can achieve, here and now.
You're trusting me with a lot of important information. Why?
A show of good faith. As I said, our goals are aligned. A shift in power is coming. You have been warned of it, witnessed it numerous times. Null's machine is only a part of it. Good intentions are not enough. The only way to preserve the galaxy is through structure, order, fear. You have
2
the
points
power,
out of 3.
but I have the focus. Together, we can do what no one else can.
Good
You've come
point.
so far, made so many significant decisions to arrive at this crossroads. And now that you are here, I trust that you will make the correct decision once more.
Interesting.
Please consider this offer carefully. We are outnumbered and on hostile ground.
Pretty much, people. I told you, I want a change of leadership. I don't like Asina's style in that sense. I don't like what she did so far. I originally wanted Molgus to become emperor in that sense and go back to the old structure of 1 to 50 level as it was originally in the game. But in that sense, uh, these guys from the original expansion, from the original storylines. So if he wants to bring more order than what Azina has done with the chaos of Darth Nolan, etc., well, he's at least a familiar face of the original game. So pretty much, I would say that working with Darth Jadis, it's a familiar face to reinstitute a Dark Council as it was before, not like what Asina is doing in that sense. I would like an institutional shift in that sense. I just didn't want to do it rogue style, and these guys gave me the choice, pretty much.
All right, Jesus. I'll go along with your plan. What happens next?
My disciples will escort the two of you to the lower levels of the ship. There you will find the means for you to unlock the holocron's full potential.
This is new story, people. It was released on Tuesday. So now they went to a style of releasing the story like in batches.
Well, this is charming.
Pretty much. Flying Energies, how's it going, Flying Energies? Nice to see you. How's it going, Flying Energies? There. How's it going? I finally made it to the updated part of the story here. How's it going? I always like the icon there of the X that is from a Spanish event in which the streamers just get to a boxing ring and hit each other like animals. It's a Spanish event that they do. My lord. That you watch it. Oh, well, thanks. My project is almost done and I'm back on Twitch, and you're back on Twitch very soon. Oh well, nice to see. Yeah, it was like a puppet. I saw it over at the a Blender puppet, I think it was. You won't show your face in that fest anymore. That's going. That's. But well, the puppet is like mimics you like the streamers here do on Twitch. I don't know about all of that technology. It's like terrible. Yeah. Wait. You send it to me. It's like a puppet that will like that mimics your movements of your hands and those things. I think it's like that. Like I've seen with virtual face tracking, the face tracking. Yeah, no. Dang. We are getting into the Matrix, people. We are getting into the Matrix, 100%. We are getting into the Matrix, like like in the movie, in that sense, with those things.
Jadis did not seem too keen on making this easy for us.
In a sense, because they can also like modify then your voice, modify everything, and you have to use something in real life, like some
Must be deliberate. The effort
tracking
to maintain
technology or
life
those
on a
things.
starship this old has to
In
marvel.
that sense. If I had to use anything, it would be definitely uncomfortable. If I had to say, it would be definitely uncomfortable. I saw some of the puppets over at your main channel. I saw them like you when you showed the progress and all those things. Yeah, I read it. I read it. The poor Drakensang, followers. Today Patri was also talking about them about Drakensang online. The poor Drakensang, they were quite ungrateful. I always read. I say, they were so ungrateful, like District, and you always mention over there. So yeah. I read them. No sense. I read them. It's like that. It's like that. But yeah. No, I saw the puppet and it looks quite good. Those were quite good. The Blender puppets in that sense. But yeah, pretty much. Almost ready for it. If you send it to me over at Discord, consider that I have it closed during the stream. I open it like after having dinner. Like I finish here, I have dinner, and I open it because otherwise, since this one is online, my connection from Antarctica goes to shit. Even if I have like fiber and all of that, but it's just because of the distance. I don't have many things open when I play online games. When I do single player, I can, but here I see that by the end of it. 5 images. Going well, thank the president. Okay, and Dragons and Online, you're already free from its curse. It's already died. It's already going to die. It's already dead. Patrick today was telling me, Eraser, you won't believe it. Even if the developers are still incompetent, they are trying to listen to the community. They hired a new producer or something like that. He said, you sent me the newest preview. I will not share it on my Discord. Showcase will be on stream. Okay, no problem. Send it to me like as you wish, depending on the secrecy of the presentation. Yeah, I know that you were like waiting for a presentation of the little animation animated puppet there. Send it to me either DM if you wanted to keep it secret or over any other channel. Yeah, lol. No problem, no problem. Yeah, because I had read, I remember that you said that you have it like a surprise for them that that you want them to see the puppet of yourself. Yeah, but you won't show your face anymore. That's I wouldn't be able to do that. For example, I wouldn't be able to. I like showing my face. I like showing my face because I've always been. I told you. District knows it. Only district knows it. Okay. District is like your conflict. Okay. Only district knows about it. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then send it to me through a DM. Through the last time I wrote to you, and they are. No one will know. I promise you, no one will know. In that sense, yeah, pretty much. Um, So yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that definitely. I wouldn't be able to. I like my face being shown because I told you people always I'm like I don't like to you don't like to show your face anymore. No, I feel more free when I stream without the cam. Okay. It's the opposite of me. Okay. No. I get it. I get it. A lot of people don't like doing that. I don't because I've always been like that all my life. Like very low profile. I'm even when I say my unpopular things, let's say, and everything, you can see that all of my life I'm a very solitary soul in that sense. So streaming also has a component of interacting for me. That's why I talk so much about philosophy and everything that allows me to connect with people. Something that I am not. It's the opposite situation. The opposite situation. Maybe in your case, you were more social in your life and like don't like showing the face. Now, in my case, it's the opposite. I was always like very silent and low profile. So I use it as a way of doing the opposite. But well, if it makes you feel more free without showing the face and everything, well, no problem. No problem. As long as it's not because of the shitty Dragons and Online community, no problem. Otherwise, it's a bit sad because of people being ungrateful. In that sense, yeah, I would feel sad. But yeah. No, it's that you feel more free. Oh. In my case, I'm using my old webcam. It's very, very old in that sense. It's not because of them. Then good. Then good. Then good. No, as you and District always said that they were so ungrateful. I thought for a minute here. Well, maybe it's because those degenerates are like sending him insults or something like that, and I don't know. Maybe no, then perfect. You sold all of your 3 accounts, like the character that you that when I was at the jungle even the SWTOR guy, you sold them all. Okay. You sold it exactly. Okay. You like
Perhaps you can be of use to me.
the aliens fulfilled the aliens fulfilled their job then. They were quite efficient. They were quite efficient.
I did not.
Yeah, I'm done.
They were
Done with
simply
the
doing
game,
what they
with
had been
Dragon's Hangover.
programmed to do.
No
Prove
matter
their
what, no
strength.
matter what they do.
Unfortunately for the droids, you were stronger.
Okay. Okay.
An experimental
Okay,
biome.
you are
One
done
of
with the
many such places
Dragon's
Darth
Hangover
now
line.
built to study
Okay,
the nature
okay.
of life and the
Okay, well,
forces
the aliens
involved
finally
in it.
fulfilled their
I
job
am a
then.
protocol, a
Yeah,
fragment
because
of Darth Null's experiences from when
of
she was at the height of her Sith power.
because
I was
of the
created to
ungrateful
assist Darth
community,
Null in
according to what I
various
read
research
of you
projects
say
via
and
an
district.
isolated Sith perspective.
Aliens won.
Unofficially.
Yeah.
It
No.
seemed peculiar
They
place.
fulfilled their
I
job. That you
cannot
said my
focus
wish
on
was the
resolving the
aliens would
flaws
come
present in this
and
biome.
finish
Other than some overly
this torture
aggressive
with Dragon's
flora,
Hangover.
this place seems pleasant enough.
Okay, well, no, if they were
Personal
ungrateful with
observations
you,
have been recorded, but they are
pretty
inconsequential.
much, there's pretty
It is
much nothing.
empirically
There's pretty much
true.
nothing. There's pretty much
This
nothing.
biome was
There's pretty much
originally
nothing.
inhabited by a diverse mix
In
of
that
beasts,
sense,
both predator and
there's
prey.
pretty much nothing when that happened. It
These
has happened to me several
intermarry
times.
with
Huh?
little to
Don't
no
feel alone.
conflict among them.
Not with the game
Most
community like that
puzzling.
because I never
Large
liked online
herds
games,
congregated near peaceful
but people
waters,
individually.
and the predators
I just
would
wasted a lot of
strike.
time.
They
Well,
did not
yeah, sadly
dominate
it
the
is how
group,
it is. I just
even
wasted.
if their
No,
core spawn went hungry.
if you
I
want
have made
my
numerous improvements to the
humble
environment in order to rectify
perception
these
of it,
errors, but the response is the
don't feel that
same.
you wasted
The
time
predators
because you got
still fail to
experience.
eliminate their lessers. They have grown
In life,
narrow and
we'll
dim-witted, as likely to attack
do
each other
activities
as
that
their
we
natural
then think
prey.
we wasted time.
They
For
have
example, when I did
damaged the biome's infrastructure
the
for
law
reasons
career,
that
and
do
then I
not
didn't want
make
to work as a
sense.
lawyer.
No matter my solution,
And
no matter my strategy, the
I
outcome is the
wouldn't see it
same.
like
The
that. I would
predators do
see it
not wield their
as
strength. What they were
every single
born to
thing we
do.
do gives us experience that that helps us understand reality as good as we can. So not completely wasted. Learning from mistakes. Let's say like that. Well, precisely that. Learning from the mistakes. You wanna call them mistakes? I would say it's like life. But anyways, some of them uh, must have been worth the time, like district and the others, without a doubt. But yeah, it's what we can absorb from it. I always say it like that. Like when I
Motivation.
did law school, I'm telling you,
Reinforcement.
I felt like
Whatever
had
is
wasted. I felt
necessary
like
to
that
help these
that
beasts
I had wasted
reignite their
5 years
strength.
of my life because I wouldn't
Perhaps
work
I
as a
can at
lawyer.
a stronger
And then
frequency. It may be
I
that
had
my
also good times.
intuition
I
didn't
say it
achieve the
was always
things I had planned.
shit. Well,
She
like
seems
that.
to
You get the
respond
good
to Null's
times
holocron when you
plus
hold it.
the experience from
Perhaps if we ease some of
it.
her
Like
obsession
that.
with this biome,
I mean, District and
she
some
can
others
tell
from
us
Dragon.
about the
Like
holocron.
that. Like that. Like that. It's like that. In my case, it didn't happen with the community, but with the people individually. In that sense. Uh, but well, in my case, was even more understandable because of the things I talk about. Uh, but yeah, well, for example, Pillow in that case uh, gave me a quite unexpected surprise when he returned, and etc. In that sense, and that it was a string of coincidences, a string of coincidences. It happened to me individually with people because I never liked online games in that sense. But yeah, I can get it. I can get it. It's like that. I see it as experience because originally I thought that well I was doing something wrong or whatever, but no, no, no. Whatever I would have said in the cases of the people I'm mentioning, just like the type of followers of Dragons and Online that you are mentioning, anything that you would have done, this is the ultimate key. Anything that we would have done in our cases respectively wouldn't have placed. It's an old phrase from Thomas Aquinas, precisely, that when uh, a person has a love for another one, not a romantic one, but like pretty much admiration in that sense. Regardless of everything, the 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 friends that you make along the way, in this case streaming, uh, no matter what the person says, will be interpreted like the best possible effort to, or the choices of games you do, the actions and the words will be interpreted as the best possible effort as to provide them with a good entertainment. In that case, provide them with a good entertainment, and provide them with and making friends in that sense, and making friends in that sense. But when there isn't that initial will of accepting the person, and instead trying to change it in that sense, like the followers of Dragons and Online wanting to force you to play it, well, at that point, it's like that original component of love is difficult for it to perceive it and exist. That's the thing. In my case, because of the things that I say, I don't blame them directly, but in your case, even so more, is what I tell you. It doesn't have to do with the content, but the intention of the person. I would say. I say it like that, like the intention of of the original Dragons and Online followers. In that sense. Oh well. Patrick also today said that now they are putting a new producer and teams and whatever, but because they are still incompetent and it's it. He told to me today, precisely. So yeah. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. It's a real shame. That game was a real shame. It was a real shame. I say that at the ending of the review. It was brutal. It was brutal. So much potential wasted. But well, you will all have rank online for starters, the one that Patrick's Guildmaster was doing, and I hope there are some more. I don't know. I like older games. I'm looking for anyone to help me play Ultima Online because I don't understand the user interface. So imagine, people. So imagine. In my case, I like older games. I like older games, so I don't have those problems. Even if no one watches, I don't know. I directly would stream alone like I did 4 years continuously. I am the worst streamer ever in that sense. I am the worst. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I can only be thankful also to District for his recommendations. He tries to like, hey, they did 2D textures here. What the fuck? Damn. 2D textures, people. Look at this. I never thought I would see this. 2D textures, damn, they are getting no time to release these new expansions. I definitely can see that we are like getting close to. We're doing the current expansion. My god. Oh yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. In that sense. Ooh.
Are those devices built into the walls? Not very fitting with the idyllic backdrop.
Explore the biome of balance. We're definitely doing the most current expansion here.
She is certainly no friend to those predators. They look quite unwell.
I wonder if this is a specific instance where all of us are I know it's like Odyssey in general. It's like Odyssey in general. Uh, you won't find any guide about these people because basically this is new content. If I get lost, we're fucked because it's new content. Is the master's enigma there? Explore the biome of balance. I wonder where it could be. Sorry, people, this is new content, huh? I'll have to explore the biome on my own. No idea what to do here. Here there's another one of those artifacts. It does say controls. It does say that. This is like an introspection to our inner selves. Pretty much. It's like an introspection to our inner selves. Not knowing what the fuck to do. Player, what the fuck should you be doing? Ah, let's look at a YouTube guide. Yeah, no, you will be the YouTube guide because it's new content. Okay. Yes. Read the notes. Research datapad. Experiment 46 research notes. Biome objective balance. Overview. Planes. Depositional. Homeostatic ecosystem. Herd creature development. Intent. To find the homeostasis, what I once might have called balance, in an ecosystem supported by herd species as its keystone. Variables and requirements. Settlement of herd creatures, specifically time to allow these slow, lumbering beasts to populate the environment. Introduction to predators to maintain herd population and keep numbers optimal, without completely wiping out their own food source. Scavengers to clean the environment and keep it free of parasites and other unfavorable pests. Potential limiting factors. C. Sharing a water source. Training guardian beasts. And management of predators. Open files in a water source. Training guardian. Management of predators. Opening file management of predators. Experiment parameters and potential homeostasis disruption. Prolonged exposure to the water lotus, pollen, and its sedative-like effects poses the risk of unacceptably high efficacy in restricting predatory instincts. Candidates for the biome's predators, must come from the species that can be easily trained, so that as a countermeasure, I may modify behaviors quickly and thoroughly in order to warranty genetic inheritance. Solution: construction and installation of sonic agitators, built for the express purpose of provoking and inciting rage on the predators, I presume. Results: I cannot overstate my satisfaction with the agitators, or how pleased I am with the results they have yielded. With these devices, I can control the predator's aggression with surgical precision, and damage to their auditory senses is within acceptable limits. Read additional page. Setbacks to be immediately addressed. The cave wampa introduced in the predator selection cycle has learned the purpose of the device used in the process of training the guardian beasts. Attempts to recover the device from the wampa's lair have failed. The creature has learned, or learned with T in British English, that as long as it possesses the training device, it can lure the herd creatures to it, negating its need to hunt. This failed result of the predator selection phase is to be removed from the experiment and destroyed at the earliest opportunity. Okay, let's go with the other one. Training the guardian beasts. The failed result of the predator selection is... Okay, so they accumulate like that. It's the first time I'm using like the datapad like this. Experiment parameters and potential homeostasis disruption. Boar herds have been specially selected to adopt a guardian role within the structure of the herd, but the simple-minded creatures may fail to adapt to any mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship solution. Development of a training device used to encourage the desired behavior among the guardian boar herds. Results: within just a few cycles, these guardian beasts have learned that guiding the rest of the herd to the biome's water source, where water lotus grows in abundance, will earn them the beneficial effects of the flower's pollen as a reward. Pillow foe, I'm Mac. How are you doing, Pillow? Today I was visited by everyone pretty much. How are you doing, Pillow? How are you doing? Big P in the house. I told you, Pillow, that if you ever want to post the images of the fairies over at the Discord server, use the main channel. And Pillow precisely. Uh, I, I'm doing new content here. How have you been with the Dungeons and Dragons campaign? I remember it was like, bro, what you last time said was said, not with the I, but fuck, okay, it's your perception of objective reality, Pillow. There's a lot of people who think like you. This time you are coming with the topic. This time we are coming with the topic. Let's not then, let's not then get mad about it if you are talking with the topic. Behind them, it's your neighbor and Chiang. One second. One second. Well, at least I'm glad of one thing. And hang on, before we get it, I'm glad of one thing. And it's not to provoke or anything like that. No, that's not my intention. That's not my intention. I know where the enemy lies. And it's not any other European brother. No. At least we can talk about it. In Hasanabi's chat, alias, or also known as the dog shocker, or the other communist extremist, at least there, I would be instantly banned. And here, neither you or Flying Energies that said the very same points over at the main channel, neither of you are banned. I am glad of that. Agreeing to disagree in that sense. Who cares about Hassan? You named it last time, Pillow, as soon as you joined the stream, for example. I indeed don't care. I think the person should go to jail. I think that person should go to jail. In that sense, I think the person should go to jail. Oh well. His chat is like that. You named it last time when you joined the stream right at the beginning. That he was like, not in the last one, in the previous one. That he was like, what was it? He was like, hunting anyone who said something remotely different, something like that, like doing a hunt, like doing a hunt of streamers, basically, something like that. I think you mentioned, and the previous time, the two times you mentioned it precisely, that he was shocking his dog or some shit like that, or some shit like that. I think. Mm, in my case, the news here in Argentina, believe it or not, have always been like more similar to streams. So for us, this is not an innovation. Like the journalists here wouldn't be so different than what I do. Pretty much, you are encouraged to voice your opinion, whatever it is. I know that it's not how traditional media works, but in Argentina has always been like that. If there's one good thing we've had, it's journalism. Economy was shit due to our communist regime and etc. But journalism was always at the highest level possible. That is true. I have to admit that even if I'm not a nationalist for my own country, journalism has been like top notch in that sense, because it was like ahead of streaming, of the style of streams right now. It was always about voicing your opinion in that sense. I know it's very weird, but it was like that. So yeah, pretty much. No, Pillow. Regarding all of that, you can see that I at least now one will be able to say that I don't hear everyone saying all of the opposite things to me. Even if I completely disagree, think I think everyone in that zone is taken as I tell you. But no, if you don't want to talk about it, it won't be me the one who starts it. If it's not the point. It's not the point. I know where the true evil is, and it's not with any other European brother. It's not like that. I posted memes in your Discord. Checking out, of course. I like that you respect the free speech. The memes were alright, except for I wrote to you. Please, no Mr. Gregors. No Mr. Our friend Mr. Gregors, no. I cannot because then consider this anyone who doesn't know the huge lore of our channel and all of the things we discuss will enter, sees the images of Mr. Gregors, and may get the wrong idea. What do you mean, the Mr. Gregors? Like when you post it, I didn't post. I didn't post. Aren't you Laudomar? Laudomar isn't the account. Yes, there was 4 images. One of the Middle East fighting. Yeah, that's me. Okay, so there were 4 images they were like in a collage. How do I put it? They were all together. There was one of Mr. Gregors. Oh well, yeah, there was one of Mr. Gregors, the third one. That's why. And when I eliminated that one, the other 3 eliminated within because you posted it all like in the same message with the furries. I wanted to keep the furries, keep the the Final Fantasy guy doing a cosplay, and well, the first one about the Middle East killer that killed 30k people there and etc. No worries. Uh, that one I was in that, but when I touched, I said, Mr. Gregor, no, because it's not because of it. It's because yeah, that's me. Did I, yes, you pull either that or you are hacked or your account is hacked. Yes, you did. I had to eliminate them, but because of Mr. Gregor's. Think this is because of this. Imagine that if anyone joins as a newcomer and they see an image of Mr. Gregor's, they could think they could think the wrong idea. They could think the wrong idea that my stream is full of Mr. Gregor's supporters, which the worst part is that not even I and not all of you isn't the case, but he may get the wrong idea. It's a problem of image with customers in that sense. Not in the case of all of you because you all know me, you know everything that I think, but I cannot explain everything without being on stream. And the person may join, doesn't know, oh, Mr. Gregors, and pretty much it gets a horror, rightfully so, and etc. Check the new shit out. What do you mean the new shit out? You posted one more. Once I finish the stream, I check it all. I check it all out. Basically, once I finish the stream, I check it all out. Once I have dinner. I haven't had dinner in a lot of. I have dinner after the stream. Otherwise, all of that. Or you meant the news in general. But no. Well, and I do support, as you say. Well, thank you that I do support free speech, as you can see. It's like that. I will reply, and what I say may not be liked by a lot of people, but I reply. It's what I do because then otherwise it's like the person we named the dog shocker that directly is like
Without these disruptors, hopefully she won't be able to drive the beasts to madness.
it's communist. You know what's the most interesting part of this that I'm doing? People that since this is new content that was released on Tuesday, if I don't know what to do, damn poor little cat hounds. If I don't know what to do, I have no guide to resort to. So pretty much the experiment here of Darth Null is like you have to do it on your own. It's case because it's new content. What do you mean new shit out? If you post anything, please no Mr. Gregors and in the main channel. Those are the only 2 rules. No Mr. Gregors. And well, the other one, The other one, the other killer, well, the other killer will. Well, it was like with the fairies and everything. Otherwise, your account got hacked. There were 4 images over at the Game News channel. Is what I'm telling you. Oh, there are people already getting spoilers, not solving it on their own because it's such new content. But basically that. In that sense, that's basically that. So you, come on, just a pic on the phone. No, but I don't have Discord open on the phone pillow. Otherwise, I would see it. Just tell me that is if it's any image of Mr. Gregor's or any huge killers that could scare new customers to the stream. It's image brand. Please that no. How? What do you mean how? How I don't have Discord open on my phone? Extract water pollen flowers. There. What do you mean how? Pick on my phone because I have it closed because I got hacked. Below. This is channel history. I don't know if you are interested, but basically, yeah, okay. How I don't have it on the phone? Well, it's channel history. Hacked how? Okay. So 2021 is a bit of channel history. That's why I told you. So the developer with my reviews, you know that besides politics and everything, way before you joined the stream, way before, one of my first viewers was the developer of Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard, an old RTS game, and etc., and the developer of Avenka's Rise of the Mage. Okay, so it was the boom of crypto mining. Okay, and I left my account open all the time, like all of you do. I left my account open all the time without two-factor authentication and open all the time so I could access it fast because I was just starting on Twitch and 2021 we're talking about. We were just starting on I was just starting on Twitch and basically here we have to revive them. And basically, oh look at that, they are revived. And basically I wanted to, of course, reply to them constantly. Okay, I was like honored that with my review, they told me my reviews were amazing and etc. And they thanked me for remembering games from the past. There are games they put so much love into, and they said you have an incredible in-depth analysis and etc. And my one day, as I left my account open all the time, my account on its own, like started spamming cryptocurrency channels on the main hall of analysis. They didn't hack the server. They hacked my personal account as owner of the server to spam cryptocurrency scams and etc. Because of that, I lost as Discord member the main enemy designer of Dungeons and Dragons, Dragon Shard, and that painful lesson taught me to use two-factor authentication and keep my account closed on all devices when I'm not using it. Maybe it also spammed the cryptocurrency link and etc. to my work teams over at programming when I did programming, and I had to explain it to them. Fortunately, I wasn't fired, but basically that's the case. So my account got hacked for not having the two-factor authentication. Apparently, District told me that the security of Discord's backend was brutally weak back then. How they designed the backend of the server. They didn't hire Ambra in that sense, another viewer of the channel, a competitor of yours from the border with Germany. They're in Poland, and pretty much uh, Oh, they spammed all of my contacts. They spammed all of my contacts, and etc. and etc. 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 Like that. I had to explain to everyone. They target like server owners in that sense. So yeah, that's why I have it completely closed. I have it completely closed. In that sense, I only connect through the PC. Locate the device to restrain the guardian beasts. So only through the PC, and not only through the PC, but also like with two-factor authentication, of course. Basically like that. It also happened to District told me it happened to he knew that it happened to him and a lot of other people. Basically they had to improve their security, which hopefully they did. But I will never forget that my very first viewer was precisely a developer of a game, and that was painful. That while he's still a follower, he got scared. That's why there I got the lesson of what image brand means. But well, I absorbed a lot of experience there, people, as I was commenting to Fly Energies earlier. Um, Precisely, uh, thanks to that terrible event, then now I like care about the image brand, not about my opinion. I know my opinion on its own will make people a lot of people automatically reject it, but that's why I took like a bit of pillow. I basically took a bit of consciousness, of self-awareness, that my account wasn't just a user account anymore. Okay, it wasn't just a user account anymore, the Discord account. So there, it helped me be self-aware that my account needed security. Same here at Twitch. So now I use two-factor authentication on everything, and I don't leave any account open. You could say by now I am a bit paranoid, but well, if all of that had happened to you, you would react quite similarly. In that sense, you would react quite similarly. Like imagine you are just starting, you have no viewers, you have no one. Not like Patrick, Chaotic, Flying Energies, District, U-Pillow, Crowbar, Picaren, all, like not anyone, nobody watching. Imagine that your first viewer is the developer of the game, thanking you for your review, and you lose him because of a security. As a Discord member, you lose him because he naturally got scared. There, I learned the I learned the hard way the concept of image brand. That's why I tell you about not posting images of any of those. The other ones, the one about the furries, it's okay, and etc. Just not about Mr. Gregors or any other of those huge butchers and etc. Because I tell you, people can get scared and get the wrong idea because of that. That's why those are the only things that I eliminate due to image brand. The rest, no. And you could say, well, but Eraser, it's not that you are being watched by a million people. Well, you'll be surprised, people. 95% of channels over at Twitch, the standard is 0. Nobody even caring about their existence. So it's already top 15 if you are being watched consistently by people like I do. So yes, it's because of that. It's because of that. Even if it doesn't give money or anything, uh, it's because of that. It's I lost the main developer. I tell you, Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Chat. He's a follower still of the stream, but not as Discord member. I had like a channel dedicated to him for questions, and we talked about Heroes of New Earth and RTS and etc. And not having him at Discord because he got scared as my account started spamming and spamming and spamming and spamming because of being hacked. Well, that's why I don't have it open all the time. I told you it was going to be a long story about it, but it's basically that. Lead the guardian beasts to the herd. Sends a board herd to protect its charges in the field. Interesting. So I have to guide one group to the other one. I think it's the opposite. I think I need to bring the smaller ones here. But basically it's that pillow. Hacked how is like that. Like my own account, not the Discord server. It was long ago in 2021. According to District right now, they follow me? I have to do it. I have to guide them. We are playing. This is nice, people. They're quite ingenious with this. I remember there was a quest like this in Red Dead Redemption. It was so difficult to guide the herds. There. And what's the other one? Herd. Commands the boar herd to herd its charges to a pre-trained location. Lead. Okay, we have another ability.
Now
So
we're animal wranglers. This has certainly been an eventful day.
look at these people. Everyone is already lost here. What instance is this? Oh, it's Odescent in general. Okay, it's Odescent in general. Stuck at 85. What? 85? That's another level. Ambra, how are you doing, Ambra? How are you doing? They are also from Poland. How are the studies going? Ambra, how are you doing? Well, I bet by now Ambra has discovered the rest of the community as well. Silemamon, no, indeed, a pillow. He's also from Poland. He's from the German border. I think you never met Ambra, pillow. Yes. Sierra. Yeah. I think you never met Ambra. He's a very talented backend programmer, much more than me. In that sense, I admit it. I may be more with frontend, but he's amazing at backend. And Ambra, he's from the German border. He's over at, which one was it? The city of your university, Ambra? It was like Krelowek. My pronunciation must be terrible as a Roman of Latin origin, but yeah. World research. Okay, that's the original. Then he goes to the university over at Krelowek. In the case of Pillow, I think he never told me the city, right, Pillow? If you don't like, don't, because you have your your confrontation with your neighbor. Milupus exploited. Okay. I won't read the Polish one. Yeah, Ambra. How's it going? Glad to see you. How are the studies going? I should reply to Pillow in Polish if you'd like. You reply to me in English. I hope you are doing well in your first year of university there with the programming. 100%. Yeah, Ambra is amazing, Pillow. He's amazing. He's an amazing programmer here. He does backend. He does the servers. He's not a lawyer like us. But well, I can touch both worlds because I also did the programming. Not as much as he's doing. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty good you are doing. And I'm starting a company this year. He's a student. Okay. So he's asking if you're doing that. Okay. You are starting the company already this year. You are not even waiting for graduation, Ambra. You are not even waiting for graduation. He's an entrepreneur, a young entrepreneur. It's always a huge pride for me. The same with Patriot from Hungary. That such young men, and also chaotic chemistry now from Brazil as well. All of you young men doing finding your own ways in life. And in the case of Ambra, he works pretty hard as well. Pretty impressive to start a new company immediately after. No, not even after graduation. Before it, he's in first year. All right, Ambra, you were in the first semester even. He's working as he studies. That's legendary. Well, during the first year, not after graduation. Probably on second year. No. I told you. I remembered it. He's on his first year there. He's going to provide a server, backend server. It was. I mean, the first year. He's a legend. Same as Patrick and Chaotic Chemistry and all of the young men of the channel. They are all legends. I love how healthy their determination in life is. Because I see they are all like that. It's amazing. Oh, yes. He works and studies at the same time. My father did that. And I have respect for anyone who does that. Going to university and working at the same time is brutal, and he does it. He has a lot of passion. He also played dragons and online in that sense. Yes, yes, he's amazing. He's amazing. He's an amazing young man. He's an amazing young man. Yeah, yeah, Pillow. I think you could never meet him. I think you could never meet him. Crocheting. I got a new hobby that lets me zone out. Crocheting. What is that? I don't know what that is. I've never seen that word in English. Crocheting. What is it? Like describe it. It helps you distract from all of that work, Ambra. I remember sleeping in my Fiat 126 theater parties on every Thursday because couldn't make it to my place. But you worked at the same time as well, Pillow. You worked at the same time. All until I got a room at the dorm. Okay, okay, okay. Well, it's like that. But well, you graduated, so different paths to it. Ambra, in case you don't know, just like I told him about you, Pillow is like he's a bailiff. He did the law career in that sense, like me. Crocheting is something like this. You have a yarn and you sew something from it, but in a specific way. Oh, like with wool and those. Nah, I got diabetes, so I got money for studying. Wait, Pillow, it's not one of your jokes. I presume you are talking. I presume you are not talking in jokes. You wouldn't joke about that. Okay. Okay, no. Sorry to hear. I almost kicked out of from my dorm room. Ambra, the server, the forbidden server. Bailiff took Komoric just cause start well the Polish part, the variation of the bailiff that you did. Jackos Stary. Ambra, it was the server, right? I told you the server. And you said, nah, no one is gonna realize I put a server in my dorm. No one would realize I put a server in my dorm. That I told you, they are going to suspect that you are trying to copy in exams, which the worst part is that you don't. Is what I was talking to Pillow about posting images of Mr. Gregors and all of those. That it's a problem of image brand. Well, they still don't know that I had it. So, Ambra, you are gonna get expelled for that server, and you are a brilliant student. You are risking way too much doing that. Lead the herd to the watering hole. Aha, this one. Now we use the other one. Okay, but you still have to select the. How was I supposed to know that I had to select the other ones? Go to the water. Go to the water, my little creatures. Go ahead. No, this one. This one is the only one you can use it on. Go to the water. Go to the water. Ambra, I told you about the server. My god. So, they still don't know that you had the server, but they were suspecting because the power consumption went up. Pillow, no, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. The water, like crypto mining, like as if you had done crypto mining. The worst part is that you don't get the money even. The power consumption went up in that sense. So, how does the story end? You have to keep me up to date. Are you gonna remove the server or what? Are you gonna remove the server or what? Honestly, besides, I get them, right? It's a thing that you can. Here in Argentina, we had cases like that. For example, we could that what was it that people could get expelled because there was a huge motherfucker. There was a degenerate who like changed all of his qualifications across the 5 years of his career. Precisely, it was engineering. It was software engineering. He like got a server up and he changed all of his qualifications. That's why it's risky that you cannot have any server in close proximity to the servers of the qualifications of the students. But yeah, Yeah, and just to be safe, I switched some parts of my PC from my PC to the server, just like I was going to upgrade all the time. So there's no server anymore. But I've got a PC with 128 gigs of RAM and 24 cores. My God, my God, Ambra. He also works. He gets part-time jobs as well as he's founding his company and all of that that you see with his own work. I told him the other day, Ambra, never
An
feel
unexpected
bad
contribution. A
or anything
collision
bad
or
about
a
working at fast
collision
food
can lead to
places or
weakness
those
rather
to
than
found
strength.
those.
Specific
Very,
circumstances
very
can lead to
legendary,
a
guys.
symbiotic
Very, very
creation
legendary.
of environmental
Admirable.
factors
So
not to be
yeah,
taken into
yes, yes,
account.
yes. He works hard and
Curious.
all of that. I, I like all of it. It's pretty, pretty, pretty admirable. So yeah, I
My
upgraded my PC,
ancestors
Ambra. I'm not at
proclaimed I would take
128
these
gigs of RAM.
findings, along with my data from
I
my
have it
previous
at
biome, to the
32 right now,
alien's
but at
mainframe.
least I got a
If
nice
there is
RGB loop.
any other
I I
information I can
I
impart,
changed the
say
hydro
so
cooler,
now.
for example,
Otherwise,
and the
you
RAM.
may begin the process to
Pretty
upload
much.
this protocol
I
to
did
the
that.
mainframe.
But forget it. In my case, it's my family's company that I work at. Nothing to do with the great effort that you do. That's why you are starting your own company. We'll be fellow entrepreneurs, and I think Pillow as well had his own company with the Associated or something like that, uh, taking the cases from the states. So good. We are all entrepreneurs here. It's like
I will return to the
one thing is
mainframe.
for sure.
If the given conditions are met, I will commence
All
protocol
entrepreneurs here would
synchronization.
be completely hated, would be
Would you be
completely
able to
hated
assist us in
by a
reaching?
completely
I cannot.
welfare state.
I do not possess the necessary
In
level of
that sense.
integration
Okay,
with the
so you got
Unity
the
framework.
server out of it
From here, I can
due
only
to the
go to
power
the alien's
consumption.
mainframe.
And about the exams, could you get through the exams through the math
I will
exams?
return to the mainframe.
If I
If the
may
given
know, could you
conditions
get
are met,
through them?
I will commence protocol
I've got
synchronization.
pretty good air circulation, so both of my CPUs on max load reach 50 degrees and nothing more. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. That's brutal. In my case, even with the hydro cooler, even with the games, yeah, the CPU gets to 70 to 80. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I don't have good air circulation. I have to do it all artificial. Like I have an AC and I I put like 12 fans on my PC, and like that I reach it, but not 50. That's
Would you
amazing.
be able
That's
to
amazing
assist
with
us
the
in
hydro.
reaching?
I cannot.
Did you use a
I
hydro
do not
cooler at
possess
least,
the
something like that,
necessary
or
level of
just all
integration with
air
the Unity
circulation?
framework. From here,
I
I
remember
can only
Ambra
go to the
when you were
alien's
playing
mainframe.
Dragons and Online. Not you, your friend. I have 5 fans. Okay, okay, okay. And water cooling and air coolers. Okay, okay, but you got air coolers. Okay, okay. You got a lot of air coolers. No, in my case, since I'm like
I will return to the
at the
mainframe.
capital city,
If
like
suitable conditions are met, I will
skyscrapers,
commence
pretty
protocol
much.
synchronization.
My PC is like restrained in terms of space. That's why I had to compensate with a lot of fans. And like that, I compensate the lack of air circulation. You
Would
cannot
you be able
simply
to
have
assist
it.
us in
I
reaching?
cannot have my
I cannot.
windows
I do not
open
possess the
in the middle
necessary
of the
level
city.
of
It would be like in
integration
New
with the
York.
Unity
Imagine
framework.
opening
From here,
your
I can
windows all
only
the
go to
time
the
with all
Enigma's
of the
mainframe.
smoke, all of
I will
the
return to the mainframe.
all of
If
the
suitable
sounds.
conditions are met,
No.
I will commence
And even
protocol
so, this that you see
synchronization.
here, this great European creation, precisely, is from Great Italy. This compresses the exterior cold and causes like an air chamber here, so it's even warmer inside. So for me, it's good, but not for the PC. So pretty much, so pretty much, this thing that you see here, this gray one, the outer
Would you
card,
be able to assist us in
that's that.
reaching?
It creates like an
I
air chamber.
cannot.
For the
I
winter, it's
do not
good,
possess the necessary
but
level of
for the summer,
integration with the ship's
you need
framework.
you need an
From
AC.
here,
It's like
I
that.
can
It's like that.
only go to the
It's
Enigma's
like that.
mainframe.
The
I
good
will
thing about the
return to the
hydro cooler,
mainframe.
I bought
If suitable
this one,
conditions are met,
Amra. I got this one. It was a Corsair 150i cap Capex. This one was cap. This one. This one is the one that I installed last last week. But Anna expanded it from 16 to 32 gigs.
Would you
Something
be
that I
able
had
to
to do.
assist us in reaching?
I cannot.
Well, because two funds simply stopped working since 2018. I built it in 2018. I had a Corsair I think I forgot the H there, H100E, first version, and I upgraded to that one. Oh, and by the way, the only thing that's stopping me from starting the company right now, founding, I presume, the money right now, is because I don't have the backend nearly. You have the funding, Ambra. You got the
Would
money.
you be able to assist us in reaching it?
You got the money. You got the initial money.
The necessary level of integration with
That's
the
good.
ship's
That's good. That's
network.
good.
From here,
That's good.
I can only go to the
If I
Enigma's
hadn't known, I would have
mainframe.
guessed it was just the money. And at the same time, you do the career. That's admirable. That's admirable.
Doth
You are
know
very,
how
very
the
ahead of it.
relentless
Because
drive
I
to
plan to rent a
understand the
dedicated
great
server. Okay, okay,
mysteries of
okay, okay.
life and the
Okay, so you
force,
still don't have the
and
money,
to
so you will
share
rent
her
in the meantime
findings with the
until
galaxy.
the return of investment
She
allows
knew
you
that there are many different
to
paths to
buy the
power,
server. That's
each
good,
with its
that's good, that's
own
good. You
advantages.
just need the clients
Intellect and
now, and it's
cunning
pretty much
are
done. You
hers.
just need the
How
clients.
fortunate for her that she was thrown out of the Jedi.
The
You
Sith
just need the clients,
embraced,
Ambra.
even
But
encouraged,
for
the
backend
very
servers, there has
mind
to
of the
be a
thing
lot.
she created.
I think you won't have
With
any
her
problem finding
greater
it. So I
intellect and
won't have
freedom came at
my
a
bare
cost.
metal server yet. Okay, okay, okay.
I will return to the mainframe. If suitable
And that
conditions
sounds
are met,
okay,
I
okay,
will
okay. So you have
commence
everything set
protocol
up as you study.
synchronization. Its primary
In that
function
sense,
is to
you have
serve as a
well, I
repository
want
of
to
all
integrate
Darth
it
Nulll's knowledge.
with the
However, its
Proxnox
functionality
API.
is limited in its
Okay,
current state.
okay,
At the
okay, okay.
moment, I am incapable of
Dang,
expressing more
Ambra.
than
And where is it
this.
going to physically be? The university dorm is not an option. You'll have to rent like also a small apartment where you put all of that.
Harmony is death. Without conflict, there is no growth, no advancement. The
So
strong
most of the
prevail,
management over
and the
the
strong
virtual
become
machines
stronger.
and Dockers
But so do
are
the
gonna be
weak.
handled by the
They are forced to
Proxnox
adapt to
API.
prove
I'm
or
going for a
risk
data
annihilation.
center. Okay,
They are
okay, okay,
forced to pursue their
okay,
fullest
okay, okay.
potential.
Okay, you
As
just need the
all
physical
should.
place where to choose it. Or you're going to rent the services from a data center company. You meant like physically, where are you going to place it? No, no. As you can see, people. That's why I tell you, he's a brilliant man, just like Patrick and you, Pillow, and the rest. I love that and chaotic chemistry and and and, and pretty much all of you that always visit me.
I will
Yeah, no,
return to the mainframe.
no.
If
At the same
suitable
time as
conditions are
studying
met,
is
I will commence protocol synchronization.
like very very hard. The sign in Italian is like very very heavy, hard, like this, very very hard. While studying, you'll have to move, Humber, with all of the mathematics, exam and
Its
everything.
primary function is to serve as a repository of all Darth Nulll's knowledge.
You just need the
However,
clients,
its
pretty much, huh?
functionality is
I think
limited in its
you have
current
the clients.
state.
So once you
At the
have enough
moment, I
time,
am incapable of
you'll work on the
expressing
back
more
end.
than
I'm
this.
gonna be able to start it. Okay, 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 okay,
I
okay.
will return to the mainframe. If
And if you
suitable
had to do a
conditions are met,
retrospective on your
I will
first
commence
semester, how
protocol
was it the change
synchronization.
from high school to Patrick is in the same period? How would you how would you describe your first semester over at university? You are like 1 year ahead of you are like 1 year in the future ahead
Darth
of
Null
Patrick.
had
He's
a
like in the last of
relentless
high school. You are
drive
in
to
the first one
understand
of
the great
university.
mysteries of
How would
life
you describe it?
and
In
the
the case of Pillow
force,
and I,
and to
we are a
share
bit
her
more we are a
findings with
bit
the
older.
galaxy. She
I'll
knew
just
that
have
there
to
are
buy a
many
license
different
for the
paths to
software for
power,
automatic
each with its own
invoices,
advantages. Intellect and
etc.
cunning
First
are
year is uni
hers.
is hard
How
as fuck.
fortunate
Okay,
for her
okay,
that she
okay.
was
It's been
thrown out of the
tough
Jedi.
for you.
The Sith
Math is
embraced,
killing you.
even
Okay, okay.
encouraged her brilliant mind and the things she created.
Everything else
But
is
her
easy.
greater
Okay,
intellectual
okay, okay.
freedom came at a cost. I will return to the mainframe. If suitable
Okay, okay.
conditions are met, I will commence.
You would say that that the math basically was the main problem. You would say that the math was the main problem. You'll say that the math is the main problem. Okay, but the rest you would say easy. But well, in your case, you had practice from before. That's the thing. You have an advantage there. The rest of the students probably didn't. I can relate. Yeah, 70 you would say 70% of your year is failing right now because of the man. Oh, don't say that. It's not failing. It's not failing, Amber. It's not failing. It's experience, as I was telling to Flying Energies earlier. That everything in life is experience. Well, never think if you want my own personal philosophical perception, because I felt like that when I was out of law school, because I wouldn't work as it. I was commenting it earlier. I knew I wouldn't work as a lawyer, so I felt I had wasted my time. But
This
no,
slow projection of now
never
is
feel that you
sensible.
wasted your time.
Much will
Intelligent
stand to
people
gain from an external
have that. We
perspective of your
can
work.
absorb experience. Everyone can, but intelligent people can absorb more. Absorb experience from everything that we go through in life. That we go through in life, in that sense. So don't ever think that you wasted your time, even if the math
Jadis likes to
is
play
not the
game,
main
but I fail to see the point in this.
is the main topic that you're going to do with your backend. I know that
Your
that part of
assistance has been most useful.
configuring the
May the
servers
force serve you well.
has nothing to do, but don't
What
feel that you
happens
waste your time.
next?
No, I'm speaking honestly, because half of the no, I know half of the year is already on probation. What? And if they fail even one subject, they will be removed from the student list. Ah, okay. So no. Okay. Like more than honestly, literally, because you were honest back then as well. Half of the year is on probation, and if they fail even one subject, the students, they will be removed from the students. Okay, so it's like okay, so they are testing like
Mal must have had good
your
reasons to
capability to
maintain
remain
these
at the
bios.
university, and that
It's
makes you feel
amazing how
pressure.
things
Okay.
happen.
So in the second year, probably 20, 30 people won't study with you anymore. Okay. Yeah, that happened to me, the initial filter over at my university, yes. Happens in every career, yes. Without a doubt, Ambra. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, yes. Yes. I don't know if it's a public or private university, but still. I predict that there will be 15 people in your year as your classmates. Okay. In my case, we started as 120 and we ended up at that by the end of the fifth year. It's like slowly purging and purging. We ended up at 20 more or less. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, happens in every career. It's like that. It's like that. It demands a strong will. We have 42 right now, and I think only 15 to 20 will stay. Okay, in the proportions may be lower because you are not like at the capital, like at Warsaw. I bet it's more like my population numbers, like 120, and we ended up like 20. But yeah, for depending on which part of the country it is, due to overall population, it will be like that. It will be like that.
Somewhat of an improvement.
It's like the initial filter.
Very reminiscent of the deep valleys
In
of
my case, even
dormant
in high
torrents.
school, there was a filter. But yeah. That's basically testing the will, you know, of the people, like the will to study more than the capability. All right, I got to go to sleep and have a class in 6 hours. XD. Ambra, thank you from the bottom of my heart for visiting me as well. I think today everyone visited me. The whole server. Ambra, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I wish you good luck on your dreams. Fight hard for your dreams. I know it's hard. Or at university, there will be moments in which you won't find any purpose to existence, but you're a brilliant man, and I bet you are already on a very very good path. You are very very on a very very good path in that sense.
A thousand pardons.
But I cannot return until
Stay,
balance is restored.
stay strong in your will to
This
keep
is
going.
wholly unexpected.
Good night, good
Rather
night, good night,
remarkable,
Ambra, good
Captain.
night, good night. Rest and good luck on your exams. Good night.
Perhaps a
Well,
different
people,
kind
today
of
my
containment
thanks
program would
list
work.
by the end of the stream will be long
Ensure that the next
because I'll have a
design
lot
is
of people to
stringent.
thank for visiting me today. In that sense, I think
Blast it. They still do not
pretty much only
concede.
Crowbar District, Pekarin
I don't understand.
remained
Was she
that
referring to
didn't
two of us?
that couldn't join today, pretty much. Oh well, anyways, I was.
I think she's talking about them.
In that sense. Also, I have to thank Xerxar for being the 65th follower of the stream. Then we can chat about philosophy and everything, but yeah, basically that. It was nice. It was nice because I could see a lot of you. I'm always happy with that. Also, Pelu as well. All of you at the same time, and Patrick at the beginning always.
Mindless brutality is not the way to restore order. You are an impediment to my progress. I suppose you were. No matter. My predicament remains. I am Renaya, Master of the Jedi Order. Defender of peace.
I thought it wasn't Darth Null, people. See, this one, the second hologram
That was
isn't
Darth
Darth
Null,
Null.
before she became a Sith, wasn't it?
Ah,
With fewer fancy titles, of course.
yes, it is
I am not a
Darth Null.
Sith.
Darth Null.
I am a research protocol created from Master Renaya's memories, designed for the study of Jedi philosophy and psychology.
Speaking
My
of that,
current research task is restoring the ecosystem of this disharmonious place. It has proved quite challenging.
A very optimistic assessment of your progress here.
In spite of my efforts to separate various species into compatible subbiomes, creatures that should be safe and content, if not thriving, are instead suffering. Plants overgrew their bounds and choke what is beyond. Bodies of water that were once full of egg clutches now spawn nothing. Prey and predator alike languish and decay. Instead of bringing protection and purpose to this ecosystem, my efforts to apply structure have only strengthened the chaos.
great philosophical truth here, people. Nature cannot be balanced like an equation. You're interfering with the stability of a place like this.
I have not interfered with anything. The creatures are still free to pursue their instincts, except those which might harm the biome's other inhabitants. It's the containment fields. That must be it. If I increase the durability of the force field by at least 200%...
So this is the original form of Darth Null.
This is charmingly familiar. I'm sure if we help solve her grievances, she will go to the mainframe as well.
Okay, people. Looks like we have to explore different biomes now. Biome of ferocity. Okay, I love how people here are discussing the story already and etc. Okay. Access panel here. Okay. And I actually see another one there. Question is which one leads us to the correct biome. Explore the biome of ferocity. How about, oh. I think this one leads us out of here, so I'll choose the other one. I don't know why we have two exits, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, nice! They put in a bit of effort through here. Two cartas, like in Knights of the Old Republic 2, people. I am sad that we are at the end of the story. Like, if I had kept playing before Tuesday, I already would have run out of story, pretty much. Ooh, here. Datapad. Research datapad. Experiment 17 research notes. Biome objective ferocity. Overview. Wetlands. Ephemeral. Metamorphic ecosystem. Predator aggression optimization. Intent. To construct a natural hierarchy emphasized by the essence of predation and its indispensability in the cycles of life and death. Variables and requirements, inclusion of small organisms, secondary function, consistent food source, primary function, crucial element in maintaining vegetation and combating overgrowth. Introduction of moderately aggressive species instigated into challenging more dominant species in order to develop their strengths. Identify predators with the potential to be forced into lower hierarchical rankings should they fail to consistently improve themselves to adapt change. Okay, so here we have, hang on, here we have another puzzle pretty much. So I'll leave it ready for next time. I'll leave it ready for next time, people, as I run out of time. So I will open them all. Construction of the hierarchy, the newest strain of fungi, etc. Well, no, I will not update the objective. I'll leave it there. So we'll do it next time. It's way too long because this is going to be another puzzle. So we'll leave it for Tuesday, people. Okay, so before I go, thank you from the bottom of my heart, especially to Sarxar for being the 65th follower of the channel today and chatting about Star Wars, the Old Republic, and philosophy and RTS games and etc. And in order, as always, thanks to Patrick for joining right at the beginning of the stream. Always thanks to Patrick for his incredible consistency in that day, in that sense. But also in order, thanks to chaotic chemistry as well. Thanks to then flying energies and to Pillow and Ambra by the end of the stream. And with Sarxar, I included all 6 of you. Of course, also always thanks to District for keeping an eye over at Discord and everything when he visits me and all of the news there in Romania. And thanks, of course, always to Crowbar for being the original sub of the channel. Always to Crowbar, I never forget you, and Pekarin as well. All of you, I don't forget any of you if you are watching over at Discord. Pretty much. So thanks from the bottom of my heart to all of you, to the 6 of you. I think I covered everyone. We talked about everything. So have a great weekend. Thanks to Lil and Love Child Himpy and Kitty Kisses for all of the rates and follows on Tuesday as well. That wink. And I think I covered everyone pretty much. With chaotic chemistry, I have to learn to play. I have to showcase chaotic on stream. Then one day, in that sense, yeah, it will be like that. So I have all of you covered pretty much. Well, in that sense, good. I think I covered you all. Have a great weekend, people. Stay safe. Don't get out of your homes if you want to listen to my humble advice. Don't get out of your homes. Do not get out of your homes until evil has been defeated. Those who disagree, no problem at all, is what I will say. It's like that. Pretty much like that. Stay at home, stay safe, all of that. Pretty much until the storm goes away. I would say that. So thanks to the six of you for visiting me today, guys. I always enjoy all of our philosophical chats and everything. I named you all. Stay safe. Have a great weekend, and see you all on Tuesday when we'll continue with the Masters Enigma. We're at the end of it. So we'll start the next reviews and etc. because I can't believe that right now I'm like at the end of the story after 2 years. Yeah, so pretty much after Knights of the Fallen Empire, Knights of the Eternal Throne, and all of the story, I think we are reaching the end of it because this Masters Enigma is like what they released on Tuesday, pretty much. So I'm finally up to date with the story. Okay, people, almost up to date. I don't have this one finished. Okay, people, We'll keep streaming the Masters Enigma update of Star Wars: The Republic on Tuesday, and once I'm done with all of the story, we'll continue with the reviews. I have several reviews that we have pending for this year. We need to do Diablo Immortal for District that he commented to me. I need to do Crowbar's requested game, but before I do those two over at Discord, if you're watching, first I will do. We have to finish the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing that was also voted. Okay, so we'll do it like that. We have plenty of reviews for this year. We are just starting the 5th season, so we'll continue with all of them next time on Thursday would be, because on Tuesday I will try to finish this, depending on how much it lasts. Can be either next week or the other one. People, it's my pleasure to the 6 of you. Patrick, Chaotic Chemistry, Cersar, Flying Energies, Pillow, and Ambra. To the 6 of you, thank you for visiting me. Also, thanks to District, always to Crowbar and Picaren over at Discord. To all of you, I never forget any of you. See you next time, people. Have a great weekend. Bye bye. Bye bye bye. It's been a pleasure. Bye bye. I need to have dinner eventually.